All right, we in here. We in here. D Smith, what's good, brother?
Not much. How y'all doing? How y'all brothers doing?
Man, yeah, I mean, we just having a little convo here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out here, bro. Bro, my wife is 8 weeks pregnant right now, bro.
Ooh, about to get back.
Yeah, yeah, man. May 24th of next year, man, is the
Incredible. My
expected
son is 20.
expected
Ooh,
launch date.
exactly a year, exactly a month away from mine because I'm June 24th.
June
Oh
24th. Oh,
man,
shit. Summer
and you
babies.
you said you said your son's birthday is on the 25th.
25th. 20, so, yeah, but your
Man,
24th isn't going to be the day. It'll
man,
probably be like
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
later.
about to say it, but chances are they'll probably move because it's
Yeah,
never
probably.
the day. It's never the day. It's always like a few days early, a few days late.
Yeah, man. So, but
Congratulations, brother.
man,
Hmm.
I appreciate that, bro. It's I mean, it's a long time coming, man. We've been discussing it for a while and, timing just hit right, man. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
I'm sure it
And
did.
that timing, that
Bang, bang,
that
bang.
man, hey, listen, man, we all adults here, bro. Things happen.
Hey,
Things
hey, hey,
things
yeah,
happen,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
But it's better to make choices the right way than to I'm saying be out
Make
here reckless.
mistakes.
right. Shooting with roulette.
Than to be out here reckless. You
Shoot.
know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
I love it. It's great.
Oh man. But on that note, shout out to Orion Online, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave me a pretty good idea here, bro.
Okay.
Not to be morbid. I mean, we're still relatively young men.
Hmm.
We got a long road ahead, but I mean, what are some of y'all's bucket list items here, bro? It could be an
Damn.
entertainment thing, it could be travel, whatever. Like what are some of the bucket list items for y'all brothers here, man?
Ooh. Um, Taking a train through Europe, a long
Okay.
like I don't know how I would map it out, but taking the train through like most of Europe just to see
Hmm.
the sights in the countryside. Since we can't afford to do it here for some reason in the U.S., we have all this dang land. We can't afford to have a fast speeding train cutting
Uh-oh.
through, but you know,
Conspiracies.
Too
It's
much
no,
money
no,
involved.
conspiracy.
nothing like that. And then Japan, get on their train and also see the countryside there and do some shopping.
Very nice.
Get me a pair of squirrel sneakers from
Squirrel sneakers.
look it up,
Random
bro.
as hell.
Squirrel sneakers.
What is
Squirrel.
this
All
squirrel
right.
sneakers? Is it squirrel girl?
No, no,
Yo,
bro. They're actual sneakers made from squirrel, supposedly.
Oh, you horrible.
I got yeah, man. See, we'll never get that PETA sponsorship, bro. That that
um,
PETA sponsorship ain't happening, bro.
my
Peter, yeah,
bad.
Peter's not coming through.
Amsterdam, Australia. Haven't been to Australia yet.
Mm.
Probably gonna
Australia.
have to pack a big ass thing of bug spray because everything there will kill you.
Yeah. That's not a
Um,
They,
knife. This is a
they,
knife.
this, yeah. Hey,
uh,
look, they built
that's
they
all I
built
can think of for the
different.
moment.
They built different down under, bro. They built
Oh,
different.
oh, most definitely.
These
That's
squirrel
all the ones I can
sneakers.
think of at the moment.
I'm looking at an image. I mean, how much these motherfuckers cost, bro?
What squirrel sneakers?
Yeah.
Shoot, probably like 300.
I
Woo.
mean, all right, man. All right, cool.
Oh, you
Are
know
they
about
that
that? Oh
comfy?
wait, I forgot. Their currency works differently.
Mm.
Uh, Probably like 150 here.
Oh, all right, that ain't bad, man. That's still cheaper than a pair of Yeezys.
Them
Easy.
shoes are dorky as hell, man. I still don't
Um,
understand them. They don't look comfortable, but people swear by them. Same thing with
Uh,
Crocs. Any of y'all wear Crocs?
nah, I ain't got no Crocs,
Never.
bro.
Crocs are uncomfortable, but everybody swears by them. Whatever.
Um, all right, what you got, Charles?
Man, bucket list. I like to do some touring. I like probably tour the rest of the continent.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
um, uh, man, I don't think about this a lot. Um,
Right. Orion threw, Orion threw us a curveball, bro.
yeah. I'd like to get caught up on gaming. I feel like
Hell
it's a
yeah.
thing that I can't like really just do right now. I'd like to like really just get all the consoles, get all the games for the past 2 decades, and just get fat and drink soda for like a month.
I'll
I'd
tell
like
you
to
that.
do that
Be a real couch potato.
because like I really was out like after Spawn, and that's early 2000 Spawn. Yeah, I ain't been into game like so. Every time people talk about game, I'm like, damn, like I want to do it, but
Yeah,
I'd like to do that. Like just buckle down and no one don't come into the man cave. Just
man.
let me
Don't
get my
call dad.
fill.
Go to
Let me get
mommy.
my
Go to
fill
mommy.
and then and hop out.
Cause, bro, you right. That's a fact, man. Like,
Yeah,
if there was because with gaming, it's like an issue of time.
it
You
is.
gotta have, you gotta have time, and you gotta have space to accommodate. Like, you talking consoles or like arcade cabinets?
Ooh, why would you add that? Damn.
That's a good one. Especially because they just released the Time Crisis cabinet now.
Man,
Damn.
but
When
like,
I
how
saw that,
much?
I was like, but then I saw they only had the first game on there. I was like, okay, cool. I have an excuse not to get it.
Nah, but I dig that. I fuck with that with the gaming, bro. What else? What else we got, bro?
Yeah, I'd like to tour the rest of the continent. I haven't seen much of it. There's still so much to see.
Hmm.
Uh, and then shit, what would be the um? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even think of enjoyable things anymore,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Who
Damn,
am I?
right.
damn.
Nah, I just like I've really hit a mode where I just want to like leave the earth better than I found it. Kind of
Oh
thing. In a
man,
way.
Oh wow.
bro. Listen, man, that's real shit right there.
Yeah.
Um, for me, I would like to and it's crazy. I don't even know why this came to mind, bro. But I'd like to complete a marathon.
Okay.
I would like to complete a marathon, bro.
Okay.
I hate running. I hate running, man. I hate it. But like 26.2 miles, like that's different. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very different.
And there's people that run like multiple marathons in a year. Like, nah, I just want to complete one. I'm not worried about how long it would take. I'm not worried about no medal, none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I would probably just rest for like a whole month. Cause I hear,
Just
I,
in a
yeah,
Had
stretcher.
full bags of ice on his kneecaps.
bro.
Just
I hear
Oh
horror
man.
stories. I've heard horror stories like about people that like have, you know what I mean, calluses and shit on their toes and their kneecaps swolled up after running a
Mm.
marathon. But
mm.
fuck it. If I gotta walk it, I'll walk it. But
I know
like
you
that,
gotta prep. You gotta prep before because you
man,
go in cold, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get fucked up for life. You
yeah,
gotta
for
prep.
real. You
You gotta
come
prep.
out, man, like that's one of the items. I mean, I'm a pretty big boxing fan, so I would love to go to Las Vegas for a
Okay.
fight. Like not no ringside type shit, but just I'd like to be in the arena for a fight in Las Vegas. And then you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, between now and whenever, bro, we gotta finish that screenplay. I gotta at least finish one screenplay, dog. At least
Okay.
one.
I think
At
not
least
not take that up a notch. A short film. You
hey,
got to do one
whatever.
short film.
Mm.
Listen, man, that's
Take
there
it up a
too.
notch. You can do it. You
But
can do a short film. You're gonna shoot that.
I wish Orion was on here with us because I know Orion would take it left field. Orion would be talking about motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, walking on the moon and shit like that. But
Cool.
We're
for
almost
real,
there,
One
man.
that I thought
yeah.
of, thanks to both of y'all, is not backpacking, jeeping through the continent from beginning to end,
Ooh,
full on, like
man,
not
That's
hey,
Range
good.
Rover, but with a Jeep. It's the same concept.
that
That's
got
Everything's
very
me
on
good.
top
thinking.
of the roof
Yeah,
and just going.
I
That would
mean,
be
you
crazy.
gotta have that tour guide
Start from
with you.
like Egypt and finish off in South Africa.
Very
Man,
dope.
hell
Very
yeah.
dope. I like that.
Yo, like traveling in general, like traveling is, I mean, the only thing that I'd say, one of the only regrets I have from my 20s into my 30s is like being scared to travel. Like, and when I say being scared to travel, like not understanding, because it's easy to equate travel with money. You don't
Mhm.
need to,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really about preparation and planning. If you plan out a trip the right way, whatever money you're gonna spend, you already know where you're gonna spend it, how much you're gonna spend. Always looked at traveling as like, damn, I can't go traveling until I got XYZ in the
Mhm.
bank or whatever. No, I don't even work like that, bro. You just
That's
gotta
so
plan
crazy.
that
For
shit
my
out.
wedding,
Hmm.
um, we paid for like my groomsmen from here, and some of them never left the country to come with us, and that was an awesome opportunity, bro. Like I just realized, like when we got there, like bro, these people haven't been out of the country before, like
Right, right, right. Yeah,
so. Yeah, that was a big one. So that's definitely something to do. Yeah, man. Yeah, get your travel.
yeah,
Like get Ghana's
man.
popping, Nigeria's popping. Even me, I want to see the rest of the continent too, man. But yeah, places. It's the world's becoming smaller.
Right,
Yes, it
So
is. Yes, it is.
right.
Smaller
becoming
and
way
bigger
smaller.
at the same time.
Exactly.
Because as people are starting to spread or realizing that they can
Yeah.
spread with
Wait,
remote travel.
Yep.
I got a cousin. He's thinking about going to Hawaii or Fiji because he can just do it. He can remote travel anywhere with his job.
Yeah.
So
Fiji,
yeah, but the thing is, he has
man.
kids, but he's still
Yeah,
thinking about it though. So
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But
shit.
but
What you gonna
but
be
you
paying in Fiji? What's the currency? He's gonna be a freaking king over there. What you talking about?
yeah, hey, all you got to do is land. When
Yeah.
it comes to traveling, all you got to do is land. You get to
Straight
your
up.
destination, and everything kind of works itself out, bro.
It
Straight
does.
up,
It
man.
really does.
But but yeah, other than that, man. I mean, let's. Did y'all see the little short clip Donovan dropped on the channel? Did y'all see that?
Which one?
are you talking about
Um,
the thing or
say
something
what?
else? The noodle song or something else?
No. I'm talking about he
He said the
dropped the
noodle.
clip. He
Uh-uh.
dropped the clip about I mean, last night. Shout out to Herschel.
Nah, that
Um,
wasn't no clip. That was an hour long, bro. You can't call that a
no,
clip.
no. I'm talking about in response to what it was. So the whole
Okay,
convo.
okay, okay.
So Donovan dropped the clip. Apparently, there's a Black Panther video game in the works right now,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and supposedly T'Challa is not a playable character in this game. And
The
then I
fuck?
guess him asking the question kind of sparked off some internet beef or whatever.
Oh
And I just
dear.
want to get y'all take on that here. Since he cracked it off on this channel here, and I mean gaming is one of the topics we discussed. The first question I got for y'all is, would y'all be interested in a Black Panther video game? First question. Second question, do you think they would actually put out a game with no T'Challa at all? And the third question is, would you be willing to buy a Black Panther game with no T'Challa?
Yes, I would buy a Black Panther game.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
If it didn't have T'Challa in it, I wouldn't want to play it as much unless it's like really Wakandan based. Like
Mm-hmm.
we follow other characters and people around Wakanda. And then what was the third one?
Like,
Or the
okay, yeah.
second one?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, do you think they would even do that? Do you think that,
Yes.
like, they would even? So you think whatever game developer out there would be bold enough to release a Black Panther game with no T'Challa at all?
Yes, but I feel like management would stop them. Or at least I hope. Because we've seen companies do some deftone things quite often.
Because I mean, they released, what game was that? Gotham Knights last year with no Batman, and I
How'd that
think
do?
it not good, not
I think
good,
they were
not
like,
very
well, you
good.
could play as Nightwing.
So
They're just
Yep.
like, you can play as Nightwing. He's just as good as Batman, right?
so the zeitgeist, the mind share globally, they had the mind share would exclude comics in this. Is that are we in agreement?
Yes.
The general mind share about Black Panther, the percentage of the globe that know about Black Panther is more than those that know about Black Panther from the comics.
Yes. At this
Okay.
point in time, yes.
So in regards to majority rules, comics are out, right?
Right.
No one likes it, but I'm talking numbers.
Hey, as someone that reads it, I agree with you. Some
Numbers.
people
I'm
are
just talking
delusional,
numbers.
some aren't.
So comics are out. With comics being out, T'Challa was Black Panther for 3 movies.
Yes.
Oh man.
And then
You know I'm
the
going.
animated
Oh
and then
man.
the animated one.
Is 3 movies enough to say arguably Black Panther can only be T'Challa like Bruce Wayne's Batman or Clark Kent's Superman?
This is where it gets nasty.
Isn't enough.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying.
Oh,
Would I play a Black Panther if the story was fire about a guy trying to step into the shoes of T'Challa? Yes, that would be an amazing concept of
If it
this
was his kid, I'd be cool
massive
with it.
figure that he's trying to be like, and he wants to become Black Panther. If they did it right, yeah, it'd be dope. It'd be dope. He wasn't, unfortunately, with what happened. Nobody's gonna, life, but it's like you're gonna throw the IP away because they don't want to keep putting focus into a dead character. They'll bring him back. I'm sure they'll find a way to make T'Challa Junior, T'Challa Senior from Sector 4500,
Well,
World 30.
alternate universe.
oh, look,
I'm
all right.
sure they'll do it, but right now, Homeboy died, man.
Let's because this is the thing, right? Let's just keep it focused on the game
Okay.
for now, right? In my head, I don't see a scenario where any video game studio if we've never had a Black Panther video game before, I don't see a scenario where the very first one they put out has no T'Challa. I don't see that.
The first one is the old one. They're talking about the first Black Panther, right?
Oh, okay. Well, see,
Yeah,
this is
it
where.
takes place during World War II in
Oh, okay.
Captain
Okay.
America.
That's the Chaka.
Okay. All right. See, then now. All
It's
right.
a
Now
wrap.
we're getting. Okay. All right.
The first game's gonna be T'Chaka or somebody else.
All right. So if we're doing it that way, all right, cool. If you get to play as T'Chaka, if you get to play as him, get back around on T'Chaka, on King T'Chaka, and then possibly a sequel or DLC is T'Challa, and it's still T'Challa. How much is there to complain about there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's ideal. In fact, I think that would please the fans against this a lot more. A T'Chaka forced game. I
That'd
think
be what's
if it's a
yeah.
T'Chaka focused game, I think they'll be more pleased with that. To make it a period piece, whatever. And then you have a little baby T'Challa running around, and that they can tease for the next one. But a T'Chaka focused game, he's been dead. No one's feelings are hurt. You know
That
what I'm saying?
would be kind of dope, bro.
I think that's what they're doing. I mean, why would
like
T'Challa
it
be in World War
so
II?
we get other perspectives and see what T'Chaka was like more than because we're mostly used to just T'Challa. So
Yeah.
I think there's only been a few storylines with T'Chaka.
Shout out.
What up?
Prime Time Friday. What's good, brother, on this Monday night? Appreciate you rocking with us, brother. But so this is the next question then. I mean, if we're keeping this strictly on video games here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everything you guys just said makes sense. If you get to play as T'Chaka, who doesn't have much background in this current iteration of Black Panther and the zeitgeist, I like that word too. And this current zeitgeist, all we know of T'Chaka is that he was the king before T'Challa. If there's a video game that gives us more background on him and possibly the history of what it means to be the Black Panther, leading into a game where you get to be T'Challa, I mean, I could rock with that. I could definitely rock with that.
Or
The
they don't
only
go back to T'Challa at all.
and
And they
that's
invest in
what
T'Chaka and then make movies about T'Chaka since he's already dead and he doesn't have that emotional baggage.
that's where it gets a little bit
You know
hazy
what I'm
at though.
saying?
That's where it gets.
In
That's
fact, if they were to bring a Black Panther from an alternate world, would you think they would more likely bring T'Chaka or bring T'Challa?
T'Challa.
Why do you
I
think T'Challa? That's not going to be. It's not going to be Chris Brosnan. T'Chaka
That's fine.
hasn't been on screen as much.
That's fine.
You
We,
now,
we, we
not
know
no
we
no
know we know.
feelings. I'm talking about realistically. For the people that did not want to recast him in the last movie, if they
Get
were going to
over.
bring in a new Black Panther, would they rather bring T'Challa or T'Chaka?
well, the campaign.
What campaign?
Oh man, see, I didn't want to take it there. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I
Yeah,
don't want to.
please not. Please
Because
don't.
but that's an interesting kind of. I never even would have thought about that standpoint of it there, exploring T'Chaka being the father. Like you get to see Charles, you doing their job
Damn, we
for
did
him
their
though.
job again. God damn.
Because I guess the thing that I want to kind of figure out here is with the connection to that character, there's still a lot of raw emotions attached to
Raw,
that,
super raw.
right? But my thing is, we're talking about a video game here, right? Most video games these days are either really good or really bad anyway.
Yep.
My standpoint on this, like
That's rough.
it's the, it's the
It's so
truth.
true.
Yes. It's either gonna suck ass or be
Or
really,
there's no
really
middle
good.
ground. It's
I mean, sometimes they're mid, but very rarely is it
I
either
mean,
or.
and the thing is, like with IGN, it's like they're gonna give it a 7 out of 10 anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give it
Unless they got paid to.
IGN is gonna give that shit a 7 out of 10.
Oh
Straight
no.
up. Look, IGN is like it's crazy, bro. In the last decade, IGN went from 4 minute video reviews to 8 minute video reviews, and now a video review is like 15 minutes, and it's a 7 out of 10. Why? You know what I'm saying?
You
That's
couldn't
it.
bottom this down? I like watching
No,
Escapists. They do like 3 minute
but
ones, and it's
but with
really quick.
but with that being said, I mean, if we're just keeping this focused on video games for a second, the part of it that I don't understand is that somehow, some way, if you and this is more that this or that, there's no middle ground, like Charles just said. If you support a Black Panther video game without T'Challa in it as a playable character, somehow you're playing for the other team.
Nah, I ain't got time for that.
Thank you.
Nah. The hell?
Oh,
What? Nah. Why?
somehow, I
Why?
mean, look, I
What's the
mean, look.
downside of what is the what are we doing here? What are, man, Dion, bro? What are we doing here?
I would have
We
loved to have
started,
seen a Boondocks episode of this exact topic.
Well, like I don't
yeah, that would
understand
have been
that
fire.
part where it's like what are we doing? Where are we damaging the brand by supporting it? We're both giving you buy the comics, you're giving them money. We buy the games, we're giving the money. We're giving the same people money. So what's the problem?
That's a great question, but it's. I mean, when you get raw emotions mixed in with the internet and the bitter fingers and
The
all of
bitter
that,
fingers.
the bitter fingers
Uh,
and all of that, it takes it to a point where it doesn't need to go. We get removed from the original topic, and the
Dude,
topic of what. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
if they recasted T'Challa and Wakanda Forever, they would have ate that boy up. Whoever would have acted as him would have been eaten up. They would have destroyed him all up and down the internet. There's no one that could have been casted. Literally nobody. They would have destroyed him.
We
Why
just
would you
gonna address
cast
that.
him? He's nothing like Chadwick. How dare you? You guys couldn't even wait. Da, da, da. That's what would have happened. Like, we know
Lose
that's what would
lose.
have happened. So I don't get why there's like this still this thing. We know no one would have been happy with anyone being casted as T'Challa.
Exactly.
There's no scenario that he would have been recasted and people would be happy about it. There's none. It's zero. Chadwick stole the role. Like it's Chadwick Boseman. It's gonna be Chadwick Boseman for a few years until like you do some other shit.
Right. And until that IP reaches its point of needing to be
and then
jump
you get
started.
reintroduced and then everybody's excited again. But nah, man, like Spartacus. Look what happened to Spartacus.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Spartacus. This already
But
happened.
they wasn't.
That
They
was
wasn't
bad
there.
though on Spartacus.
They wasn't. They
It
wasn't there
wasn't
for
bad,
Spartacus.
but it never hit that. Spartacus was Game of Thrones level popularity.
Dang,
Yeah.
and that was on Stars, right?
It was on Stars, bro. It was on Stars.
Because I only remember the first couple of seasons.
And then he died. And then it was like, oh, nah, who's this? That's what happened. Yeah. And that guy could act, but he's not Spartacus.
But they wasn't there for Spartacus, bro.
That's it.
They wasn't watching. They wasn't watching premium television.
No.
You know what I'm saying? This is when Neil Druckmann was flipping through the pages of The Walking Dead, trying to fit anyway. Anyway. Anyways, we'll get to that later. But I mean, you're right. That's a perfect parallel. But I don't think, again, it got emotional. It got emotional, and it became, instead of, and I'm in agreement with you, Charles. I think, if anything, the only thing you could have done with Wakanda Forever is delay it. That's the only thing they really could have done, logically, and working on that story and incorporating other elements, right? I'm on board with that. But again, the general consensus towards that IP is that there wasn't enough time, it wasn't fair, and somehow, some way, if you're not in favor of it, you're against all these other things.
I hope they don't recast him just for this. I hope they don't recast him for at least another 10 years.
Really?
And I mean,
really, Charles?
I hope they don't recast him for at least another 10 years.
Man, I want to see a whole decade for another Black Panther movie. Fuck that.
Well, when did Christopher Reeve?
I don't care.
You guys remember Superman 4?
Who cares?
1986.
Superman 4. This is Black Panther.
1986. You know what happened 20 years later?
Yep, Superman returns.
This is not unheard of. This is not unheard of. Even, screw the movie. Gene King. 98, 96? That's still 12 years.
Yeah.
That was still 12 years.
We almost got Nicolas Cage.
Reeves defined the Superman role. You can't just throw a Joe Schmuck in there. You just can't.
I mean,
I don't know if I want to be waiting a whole decade though.
All right.
Well, you won't watch a movie. So if they put T'Chaka from another universe in the next movie, you're not gonna watch it?
No, I will.
So yeah, there'll be a Black Panther movie, but it just might not be T'Challa. I don't.
Okay.
It could be somebody else. I would love to. T'Chaka comes in and he's more. I guess T'Challa was more like Grace, and this guy's just aggressive as fuck. People love an aggressive Black Panther from the comics. Hudlin's Run, is it Hudlin?
Yeah.
Bring T'Chaka in, and he's more like, nah, fuck you.
But see, I'm interested in what you're saying there, because that's an avenue that hasn't been explored, and I still think there would be negativity attached to that. Somehow, some way, there'd be negativity attached to that. Oh well, this is a placeholder. This isn't what This isn't what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I don't want to compromise. I want what I want.
You want to recast T'Challa?
Just like them other fools. Fuck you,
David Washington, homeboy. I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. That's T'Challa now. That's what we want. I've seen the memes. That's what we want, right? I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. All right, bring him in.
Oh, look, I'm being careful. I'm being careful.
I'm not.
Because, Bang, bang, bang. I mean, look. Well, look. Hold on.
We gotta
I'm
live
being,
in reality. We gotta
I
live in
agree with
reality.
you.
Right.
There's no
I,
instance that this guy got recasted what they want, and it would be positive. It would have been so bad it would bring down the entire brand. It would have brought down
I'm
the whole brand. Michael J. White, that's who we want.
20 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, he could have killed it 20 years ago.
20 years
Denzel could
ago.
have killed it 20 years ago.
Right.
I
But
think I would have liked it, the Denzel or Wesley Snipes.
It'd be
but
tough. I mean, Chadwick. Chadwick did his thing with that accent.
Oh
He
yeah.
did his thing. I'm trying to remember. Was it no? Denzel wasn't in Amistad.
nah, that was Diamond Hansu.
Yeah.
And I
So
know
and
I
Diamond
said his
Hansen did
name
it
all.
for
I know
the.
Bro,
I fucked his
he would
name up.
He did it
definitely
in the
make. Hey,
Mm.
if they did it in the
graphic,
late
the
90s,
graphic
early
comic,
2000s,
right?
he would have killed it.
Oh, well, that was Keith David. Keith David was the original voice actor for T'Challa.
Wow. No,
That,
really.
yeah, Keith
Wow.
David. Keith David voice acted T'Challa on the BET graphic novel and on the
No. Shut
and
up.
on the Fantastic Four cartoon back in the day. It was Keith David.
Oh wow.
Yo, he's a legend.
Yeah, it was Keith David.
I'm gonna have to go look for that
Are you
Fantastic Four
serious?
one.
Oh, he's the best voice actor of all time.
Yeah, he did Spawn.
He
And
killed the accent.
yeah, he did. He was Keith David. But let's
That
stay
shit's
on.
not easy to do without looking like a mockery, like Coming to America. That's just difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay on track.
I
I
feel
want
you.
to.
Too many
I
shots
want
have gone out.
no, because this is what I'm saying. I can understand. I can understand the passion behind it, right? I'm never gonna say that the passion behind it is misplaced, but like you said there, we got to live in reality. We have to, at some point, we have to acknowledge that we are living in reality. If if they relent and recasted that character, there are more ways that that could go wrong. The likelihood of that going wrong outweighs the likelihood of it coming out great.
Absolutely.
And if
Good,
you're in the
great. Coming out good. Coming out
there you
all
go.
right.
Good. And if you're in the business of making money, and not only in the business of making money, but if you're in the business of continuing an IP over the course of the next decade to 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
those are choices that you got to make in an instant. The best choice would have been to delay production, in my opinion, but that's my take on that. The only thing that's kind of fucking me up here is that we're a whole year later after Wakanda Forever came out. We're 3 years from the passing of Chadwick Boseman, and this is still a
A topic.
divisive topic.
Mm-hmm.
To where like we bring up a video game that has nothing to do with the MCU at all, and
Yeah.
it just resparks all of the shit over again.
Yeah.
To where now, if you say, yeah, I'd be willing to play a game with no T'Challa, that makes you the ops. Now you're the ops because you want to play a video game. Word.
And that makes me think. Maybe you guys can help me out. So when the Flash came out,
Yep.
and our Flash from our generation was Wally West.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't we upset when the Flash came out was Barry Allen?
Ooh.
Why didn't anyone freak out that the Flash is Barry Allen?
I didn't freak out, but I didn't care
Where
for it
was
either.
our outrage?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, you know the answer to that, Charles. You know the answer to that, man.
Please stop throwing fire. Please.
I
Stop.
mean, no, you know what? Fuck it. Look, we
No,
gotta live in
please,
reality.
please.
Listen. If we're gonna, we gotta live in reality. The point of it is that the Flash is a white boy. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it, here we go.
I mean, we're not going
So
anywhere.
is the concern is positive male superhero person, right?
Yeah, that's
Let it
what
be
it's
T'Chaka.
always been.
Let it be T'Chaka then. Resolved. I don't want
I
to hear
don't
it.
disagree.
I don't want to hear from anybody else. Let it be T'Chaka, because that's literally Barry Allen is the T'Chaka of T'Challa, right? Like for Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be T'Chaka. What is the L and the A is the problem? What's the problem? Switch the letters. It's T'Chaka now. Your
Hey,
your wife
hey,
is Ramona. Or the queen mother is Ramona now. You make her younger, whatever. It's T'Chaka.
sister isn't around yet.
Sister's not around yet. There,
That's the
all the
only
Shuri
difference.
hate you can put the Shuri hate away. All right,
Mhm.
you know it's T'Chaka now. Everybody happy?
Right,
No,
right.
Are we
no,
happy? Because I feel like we're
nope.
still gonna complain. Something tells me I feel like there'll still be a complaint.
I feel like we're still gonna complain. Yep, yep.
There was nothing. Barry had an awesome run, 10 seasons.
Yep.
No one was like, "Oh, that's not my Barry." What? They should have chose Wally West.
Listen, man. Hey, look. Again, the suggestion that you just put up, that solves every problem right there. That solves
Right.
every problem right
I'm interested in what the pushback is on that.
there. It's not T'Challa.
What does that mean?
That's the push. That's the pushback. That's the pushback.
That's what happens when you have delusional
So-
people, Charles.
I
Is
mean,
it the
look.
stories attached to T'Challa that people are holding on to, or are they holding on to Chadwick Boseman? That's gone.
Dead corpse, like as if there
Well,
is their
relax.
own.
Hey, D Smith, chill out, bro. Chill out.
No,
D.
no,
Smith.
no. I'm just saying.
We don't.
What was that? Don't be a menace while drinking gin and juice when old girl's baby died and she's sitting up there
boy.
crying, holding and finds out that it ain't even her
Look.
kid.
Well, look, and you making, and I think that's where it gets held up at though. That my bad, D Smith. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. I wasn't going as dark as you thought. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I understand though. I understand.
DC
But
turned
some people are
D
like
Smith
that,
turned
though,
it
bro.
midnight.
Man, because I mean, like, I'm not, and again, like, I don't see any issue if it was T'Chaka. If there was some kind of, if they pulled T'Chaka out of the multiverse, I mean, that would be. I mean, hey, I don't know. I wouldn't complain about that. I wouldn't complain. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if no T'Challa, no ticket.
Ooh.
No T'Challa, no controller.
I low key think they'll go for T'Chaka. I low key think that if it's introduced like similar to what we're saying, and the no T'Challa, no ticket thing was because there were no male heroes in Wakanda Forever. I think they're just holding on to that. I think if it was T'Chaka, they'd be like, That's why I feel like that. I might be completely wrong because I don't understand.
I agree to the most part, but I also feel like if they had showed an awesome trailer with a T'Chaka, I feel like the last holdouts would have been like, "All right, I'll go see it."
Yeah,
because I mean, look, and that's another valid. That's valid right there. The point of no male hero in that movie is a valid criticism. I'm not gonna argue somebody down that takes that subtracts points from Wakanda Forever for that not being in there because that is important. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it goes to a further point. In this era that we're in of social media being so closely tied to entertainment, like social media is a part of the entertainment industry now.
facts.
Like that's probably the cheapest part of the entertainment industry because everybody gets some input on it, right?
Yeah.
But in this era that we're in now, it's people get galvanized behind these causes and basically start to take up an identity as if they're living vicariously through the cause.
There you go.
You know, and I think that's danger. There's danger there
Most
when
definitely.
you do that. There's danger when you do that because if and when you don't get what you want, how do you react to that in real life? You know what I'm saying? In real life, how do you react to not getting what you want on social media?
Mm-hmm.
And how does that affect your psyche as a human being? How does that affect your interaction with other human beings? These are the things that nobody considers here. This is what the Snyder Army They don't consider this kind of
Damn,
shit here.
Trey. Whoa. What you
I'm just
see?
saying.
Y'all saw that?
This is what the Snyder bots don't consider here, right? And in turn, again, it goes back to this here. If you're championing a cause on social media, when it's time for you to put your money up, i.e., going to support the Flash or going to support a Black Adam, you know what I mean? When you was doing all of this,
All that.
but who was in the theater? Where were the seats at?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Where your receipts at, dog? You know what I'm saying? So, and the opposite end of that spectrum is this here. Do y'all really think that hashtag release the Snyder Cut is the reason the Snyder Cut got released on HBO Max?
Partially. Partially. I think some executive or some intern saw that at Warner Brothers and probably showed them the many videos that these people made on this and the billboard that they paid for to get this made or get this released, quote unquote. And maybe someone's all like, maybe we take a shot.
Nah, man, I can't do that. I can't give these motherfuckers that kind of credit, bro. I can't. I think, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. My take on hashtag release the Snyder Cut is that it was a very unique situation in that the pandemic hit. Warner Media just launched HBO Max.
Facts.
They had content that hadn't been released, and they needed a reason to get people to subscribe to the app.
Yeah.
If there's no HBO Max launch, there's no releasing of the
Release
Snyder
of
Cut.
Facts.
I agree too.
Yeah, I think Snyder had a good amount of pull.
That's
obviously. I mean, he has a lot of pull, and he saw the opportunity. If anything, I'll give it to Snyder for getting that was all. I mean, great hashtags, but he got that shit done. That in the back end with the deals and shit, and he got paid off it. So
yeah, but
for Hustler of the Year, I give that to Zack Snyder for 20.
That was 2020,
2017, 2018. So
When
Hustler of the Year, that was. I mean, he made it. He got a good bag out of that. 25 mil.
Yeah. So, but I don't. To me, again, I'm trying to live in reality on this here. I refuse to believe that Warner Media gave a flying fuck about the Snyder Army. I refuse to believe that. The only one that really took their shot to try to get them in theaters was Rocky. The Rock was the only one that put his faith in the Snyder Army to carry him over the hump through the box office. Warner Media, I don't believe, gave two shits about whatever was going on social media and releasing the Snyder Cut. I don't believe that because I don't know that the entertainment industry doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? They need to have a reason, and the reason is money. It's all driven by making money and getting eyeballs on the product. If there's no HBO Max, we're never going to see the Snyder Cut. It never happens. It took an unbelievable set of circumstances for that to even justify making sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How much did it cost Warner Media to put that 4-hour film on their app? What did they spend? What did they get in return off of that? These are the questions that nobody's asking, but they definitely played a part in them making that decision, not people doing this on Twitter 10 times a day.
I agree.
You know, but that's my take on it. I think, you know, I would just say we got to be careful, man. We got to be careful, especially when it comes to entertainment, because this is still entertainment at the end of the day, bro. Like, we're not gangbanging. We're not rappers. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully. Respectfully, you know, that's my. There's more that I want to say, but I'm being careful.
You better let it rock.
Look, all I'm saying is that we got to be careful, bro. Like, you can't just assume. All right, look, fuck it, man. I'm gonna stop tap dancing because it's a Monday night and we don't got all night.
Tap dancing on Monday, bro.
We got to be careful. when it comes to spearheading and supporting certain things and hashtagging and all of this stuff here, you have to go into it with the expectation of, why am I doing this? Is it worth my time? Does it actually matter? You know what I'm saying? Does it
Are you looking
actually
for
matter?
sanity online?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, right. And
I'm
that's
with
my
I'm with
fault.
you. I'm with you.
Are you looking for
Uncle
sanity
Jack, but
online, Uncle Jack?
I
That's
do.
my
A part of
fault.
me has to agree with Charles's logic.
What
It's
are
like,
you
No,
doing?
I don't want to look crazy. I'm not trying to look
Nah,
exactly.
that's not
I'm
the.
not trying to look crazy on the internet, bro. I'm not trying to look.
Right, Uncle Jack. Just because everybody else is crazy, don't mean I gotta be.
You know what I
Nah,
mean? I'm
B. I'm
like
okay
like
with it, man. Everyone's supposed to be sane. That shit don't mean that. What's the baseline for insane? We need, say some people gotta be the baseline for craziness,
oh
bro.
man.
Oh, hey, no,
You gotta let them
I don't
be.
mean like 50 jokers out here running around. In
There
fact,
are
there's
50
a
jokes.
joker near you too.
It did $1 billion and it was an all right movie. Come on.
Ooh.
That was a C minus. That was a C minus.
Come
A,
on, bro.
a
I'm
C
more mad
minus
that thing's getting a sequel more than
with a
Mental
anything.
health.
music
It's
a
like
musical
you
a
already
musical
milked the cow.
sequel.
The cow
A
Yeah,
said I
bro.
ain't got
musical
shit else left.
Musical sequel. What's that shit about to? Yeah, I'm not trying to. Nah, Uncle Jack, don't waste your time trying to save this, save the mental health of the internet. They're way gone, long gone, bro.
Jimmy's been
cuz
gone for years
Let them run
because
their
he just
course.
sits there staring at the sun.
no, cuz look, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like I'm all in favor. I'm all in favor of positive black role models. I'm all in favor
Absolutely.
of securing black masculinity. I'm on board with all of that, bro. Like if you need me, I'm there for whatever conversation there is to be had in regards to that topic. But the conversation needs to make sense. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It has to be a sensical conversation. You know what I mean? That's that's what I'm gonna say there. You
No,
know,
no, I feel you. I
on one
feel you.
end of the road, we can't plant our feet and say that no T'Challa, no ticket, but then also, condone certain things that are going on in the comic book right now.
I was almost about to click
I
out
thought you turned the
too.
video off. All right,
I got sniped.
you could.
I, I got sniped. I know
You
I
know
was
what,
getting a
man?
phone call.
It's interesting because Dion was heated about this as well. I wish he was. If you could chime in, but we're holding on to like, and this kind of goes back to uh the entire topic, but also the genre. So there's a lot of things to love about the MCU and everything, right? There's like, look at all the memories we had, but when something's like holding on for dear life in its final moments, you can kind of tell like it's kind of scraping at straws. You'll get
Grasping.
glimpses of great things, right? But it's kind of ran its course. Like it's kind of ran. And I was talking to, I'm sorry, and they disagreed. But it's like the Western. The Western kind of ran its course. Are you gonna get a True Grit? Yeah, you're gonna get True Grit. Old Country for Old Men, I'd say, is like a contemporary modern Western.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the Western ran its course. So these glimpses of Black Panther, towards the end game, and it kind of ran its course. So like the things you were talking about, like powerful black representation, and it may not be there for that genre anymore. It probably ran its course. There's other genres that you can. I think he was talking about. Dion said they were talking about doing an email listing to not go get the game. Go do that for an indie book that's doing it from the
Right.
bottom.
Stop wasting
That
your
is.
time doing stupid stuff like this
So
instead of
let's not
supporting
forget,
shit that's
Disney
going to
owns
fucking
Black
work.
Panther. Let's not forget, Disney owns Black Panther, bro.
Right.
They got a whole section of Disney World dedicated to African stuff, so that way they don't have to pay Africans for it. They own Black Panther.
Mm.
So
Say that again. Say that
to
again.
yeah. They got a whole section that they cut out the source. They cut it out and they just put Wakanda on it. They put Wakanda. That's it. Like, oh, kente cloth, Wakanda kente cloth. That's Ghanaian. That's Ghanaian kente cloth. But,
Oh
you
my
know what I'm
God,
saying?
I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
all Wakanda.
amazing.
Dion see it. Dion sends me. He's like, "Hey, I'm at Epcot, bro. Look at this Wakandan." I'm like, these motherfuckers.
Oh,
They cut out.
This
So
is
like this.
amazing.
I'm gonna have to look because I didn't know
It's
they
incredible.
already. I thought they were talking about that. That actually
Nah,
happened.
it's incredible. Cause so you gotta think
No,
about
they
it. Like
did that shit.
the source of stories, mythology, whatever. It's drying up, right? So like where else besides the massive continent there that no one's doing shit with, right?
Ooh.
Now you got the first Spider-Man's a Nancy now. Like now it's canon. A god from Ghana is your Spider-Man that you're gonna sell toys on. That's wild. A god from Ghana
Sci-
is your toy now. Anansi is now
Yep.
yours. So like instead of
Yep. Yep.
helping them resurrect this and keep it going, cut them out. Just cut them out. Go.
Yo.
There's an Anansi book. There's different books that are based on African mythology that have positive male role models. You can go do that once you get yourself out of the matrix, right?
Ooh.
Or you can keep giving Disney your money in another way.
And
Oh,
your
I'm not going to give it
time.
to you here. I'm going to give it to you with the we're just going to buy the comics. It's still their money. So what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference? Who are you screwing over?
Or
The
you
money
could buy
came
this.
into.
Or you
I'm
could
not going
buy
to give
this
you money
book,
to the
Charles,
left
called
side. I'm going to give
"O
you money to the
Kingdom
right side.
Come." Or you
Go
can
get
go
Old
buy
Kingdom
this
Come.
this great book. Charles, have you heard of this book?
Well, is that it like
It's,
that?
it's
Who
some
put that
it's
on the
some really
screen? It's
great
so
book.
crazy.
I've heard of the book. I've heard of it.
It's out
But
now.
but
It's out
shit.
now.
But
You can
that's
purchase it.
yeah.
Wait, that
okingdomcome.com.
wait, that's a great point. But it makes again, I'm not gonna disparage anybody. If you want to fight for this, go ahead and fight for it. But you know what
Not
I'm
in the
saying?
name of
Y'all
what you were saying.
no, exactly. Exactly.
You can't
Because
do it in the name of
now
what you're saying.
no, because in my view, you're gonna lose that battle every time.
Facts.
And I agree with what you were saying in that the we're
It's
reaching the
on its way out.
sunset.
It's a setting.
We're reaching that sunset there.
It was an amazing
If,
12 years.
enjoy it, cherish it, it'll never happen again. But you can find what you're looking for somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
We don't got to try to jump Mickey Mouse in order to get what it is that we want. Like it's been proven, the mouse is gonna win. He's gonna win, right? Imagine being pissed off. Imagine being so pissed off at all of these things that are going on with Black Panther, and then you go to Disney World and you see the kente cloth, and all of a sudden forget that
From
what you
Ghana,
was even
bro.
mad about. Forget what you was even mad about.
Some people, the only African country they know is Wakanda.
That's sad.
I think there was what was the man the rock landing happened in Kenya. The meteor that landed is based on you know what I'm saying, which I appreciate Ryan for, but I bet you Ryan didn't know they're going to do this. He didn't know they're going to do that. He didn't know they're going to do that. He's probably like, oh, I want to honor, like these different traditions. But now they turned it into, oh yeah, Black Panther with a kente cloth, throw it on there.
But somehow, some way, Ryan Coogler becomes the scapegoat because he directed the movie. Because he directed the movie, he's the one that gets the animosity directed towards him.
Yeah.
Because T'Challa was not recast. We spent the hour talking about this, man.
It's crazy. It's a very interesting topic, but funny, and it's unfortunate that it's that part because I think for the most part, the part where Disney's profiting off of it, that part's not blamed. I don't hear that being blamed on him as much, like
right,
the cloth and all that. I don't hear that, even though he, it was his vision.
Oh yeah,
but he just wanted to honor the continent, and I can appreciate that because that's what made it. That's what made it a thing. That's what made it like honoring the continent, the dances, the insipidity script that they used throughout. That's an African script. That's the first type of writing there is. Like they always say that, oh, they had no right. That was the first writing in history. That type of writing, using all that stuff he did his research and put that shit in there. So, but Disney was like,
You mean the text from Wakanda is like based off of the
it's
first?
based on the Ebo. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you see? You see what I'm saying? It's called Insibidi. Nsibidi.
Hold on.
It's the first script
I'm actually gonna
in
look that
human
up.
history. It's the
Spell it
first
again.
script. Insibidi. So I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
It's the first script in human history. It's before the hieroglyphics, everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, you like that.
Most definitely.
Like
but
that.
You know me.
So
I know exactly.
So I mean, listen, man. You know, this is, but it's just crazy because this isn't going anywhere. This is not going anywhere at all, right?
Yeah.
And if and when you get that role recasted, like I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. But I agree with you. You made a good point on Disney. Like instead of why would you want to go to Africa when you can go to Wakanda, in Orlando, Florida,
right here,
and it's in Orlando.
It's authentic. Ask Ryan Coogler. His picture is probably somewhere around there.
Hey man, listen. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody, bro.
I'm not gonna blame Disney for trying to make money. I am gonna blame people for complaining that Disney is trying to make money when they're a business. I'm not gonna blame Disney.
But you know what's funny though, Charles? Last time we was live, you was like, "Hey, yo, fuck Disney."
Hey, I was like that too.
My check came in the mail.
Man, why do I imagine him at a press conference with a whole bunch of money with shades on? Like, man, Disney's the best, man.
Oh, Kingdom Come, Disney collab coming soon.
Disney Plus? Make sure to watch Disney Plus.
Check out for the Disney Plus behind the scenes.
Listen, Donovan said it, bro.
Exclusive interviews only behind the scenes. You know.
Listen, man. Yo. Oh shit, the check cleared, bro. The check cleared. Oh man, right on time. Right on time, man. We got live from VA.
Yo, what's good?
The author of Delta Dogs is in the building. Ronell Young.
Oh man, you love this topic.
Trying to get this guy that on camera right, but I don't want to act right.
Man. Oh man.
What
I don't know if you caught. Man. All right, look, man. I'm gonna give you the cliff notes of what we've been talking about here, bro. Actually, it's fitting. Right. We'll just say Wakanda Forever 1 year later. one year later, right?
Okay.
I mean, we're roughly at maybe a couple weeks off from Wakanda Forever. Mm-hmm. 1 year later. 1 year later, brother. Talk to me about Wakanda Forever.
Oh, you talking about when the baby coming in?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, what?
Whoa.
You just came in with a jet. You just got here, bro.
Oh shoot!
I'm talking about
Coogler just got a shot.
I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah, you talking about because did I just spoil something?
Baby came in.
No. I'm just saying. 1 year later, you know, we had the recast T'Challa situation come up.
Yeah.
We had the movie being released. I'm sure you went to see it when it came out.
Yeah.
1 year later, the Wakanda Forever effect is what we're gonna call this, bro. Like 1 year later, like how do you still feel about that topic in general by now?
For real, it's really a tough subject because you know you can look at it from either side. You can look at it as like, man, like you really want to put the actors and the people that worked on the movie through that, where they have to kind of just replace the close friend, because I think it was more like a family type thing from my perspective. But you can also look at it as the like, hey, look, y'all replace all these other actors. Like we had like 17 Batmans and 17 Spider-Mans, but we can't get another Black Panther. So, I seen those different arguments. But I kind of stood on the aspect of like, I get it if they don't want to recast them because of the, again, their family, and it was kind of probably even tough to do the film in the first place. But if anything, I feel like if anything, just wait. I think it was a decent film. Yeah, I feel like it was a decent film.
Me too.
But to kind of close off, like, hey, look, this man is not coming back at all, or some more stuff. I mean, I don't know. That's really tough. But I mean, the MCU done anyways, from my perspective. So you might as well.
My check just cleared for now. Damn, bro.
Oh shoot. Let me hold off. Cut that.
No. Let's get to
I'll
that.
be right back.
All right.
Nah, he didn't mean it like that. We'll talk later.
All right. So
That was
Vonell,
Mickey.
That was me. He's on the way, bro.
Mickey about to knock on my door. Hey, homie, I don't like how you was speaking on my name like that.
Hey, what you said? What you said, bro? You see this jet? So what's your jumping off point? Or what's your jumping off point, Vonell? When are you done with the MCU, bro?
I mean,
when we checking out,
kind of done. I mean, after Spider-Man,
No Way Home,
the third movie, I think that was their last good film. After that, it's just I haven't seen nothing for real. I mean, did Wakanda come out before Spider-Man, or am I tripping?
Wakanda was last year. Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was decent, but so of course, Spider-Man I felt like was a bit better. Between those two, that was the last good films. That after that, that's it. Like, what else have they came out that was really like mind blowing? Like,
Facts.
So you're not going to see Marvels?
What? Bro, don't come in here with that disrespect. Ain't no way.
Y'all don't do
that. Can't even, bruh. People gonna go there to go see. I want to see a collage of Photon, and that's it. That's
I wish they should release the Photon cut of the film.
Yeah, that's
Photon cut.
Yo, hashtag that.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't let her try to carry the movie like that.
Man, listen. Oh man, that's all right. So let all right, cool. Let's get off of that here, man. I mean, I'm glad you done pulled up, Vonell. I know you was trying to pull up the other night. What's on your mind, bro? What you want to talk about, Vonell?
Man, let me see here. Shoot, what's the hot buzz going on in comic books right now? I've been keeping my head low, trying to get other stuff together. I kind of missed a couple of things.
Listen, man, I don't. The last thing that I knew that was really a relevant topic that we kind of talked about was was Eric July, man, taking shit by storm. Black Sands right there trying to make their imprint. I mean, you know what? I got some questions for both of y'all, man. I want to talk about the creative process here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to talk to y'all about here, right? How different is it doing writing? Like, for example, Charles, you've done screenplays and you've done writing for comic books. Like, how do you write for a comic book? How do you do that? If there was somebody that wanted to start writing comic books today, how would you say to do it? For either one of y'all to answer that question. How do you do it?
You want to go?
I mean, it really depends on what you mean. Like, as in, are you talking about the full package creative side of things, where it's like, okay, to create a book and then put it in somebody's hand, or are you talking about strictly like the writing process? Because the writing process is easy. It's selling it's getting the books in people's hands is the hard part.
Okay, so which part of the writing process is the easiest?
Creating something new, creating the storyline. I mean, that's all the fun part. Let me see here. Like,
I have a question.
go
Damn.
for it.
As far as my bad, I
Just
came
gave
out
me
of
like the
nowhere.
Kool
Pop
Aid, man.
did.
I came in nowhere with that. How do you as far as the issues
Oh,
go,
that
how
was
do you
crazy.
decide how to end the issue
In
off?
the issue,
Yo, that's a good
Yeah, like
question.
how
what?
do
Yeah.
you let me see if I
y-
can say this right. How do
y'all
you
about to make me.
condense it into like 20, 26, 24 pages? That's what I've been very interested in knowing.
Bruh, like I can go on for days. That's gonna probably even bring
Oh
me to a
no.
rant for real. Because
Let's
you
get
you
it.
in
Let's get it, bro.
you in the book whenever the book's supposed to be finished. You know, it's really
Mm,
what do you want to say? You should know the ending by the time like
Yeah.
what you're trying to say is the ending of your book. Like as in, if you're trying to say like with Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. If that's what you're trying to say, it should end off on that. You know, of again, it's an argument. You know, you're trying to speak to the reader and say something to them. So your story is going to end with that message being, you know, finally heard in the
Yeah.
book. So wherever the ending point, because that's the thing, people don't want to kill off characters because they try to do it in the Marvel and DC way. You might want to do it the manga way. I mean, you know, it's not you don't have to just do it one way and stuff like that.
No,
But
no,
my
no.
way
What I
of doing
mean is,
things,
what is the process of condensing? Because
condensing
you
it.
do single issues, right?
Yeah, I do single issues. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you know the cutoff to stop that issue and carry
Oh,
on to the
okay.
next
Oh,
one?
that particular
Is what I'm
issue.
getting at. Because
Okay.
well, go.
All right. So, how I do, of course, by bullet points. I do 10 bullet points, and again, I know where I want to end it off at by um you got to kind of get the feel of because many comic books do it from like 20 pages to 24 excuse
Yeah.
me, the 24 pages, so to kind of know what you're working with and kind of pointing again point A to point B. So say you want to do a bank robbery scene, right? You got to prepare for it, right? So the first one is the build up to prepare for it. So that first book, that full first book would be the preparation. So not only they're preparing for the bank robbery, but also they're getting their mind right. And the mind thing is the biggest thing.
The
Why
setup.
are they doing it? Yeah, the setting. So you're setting up different building blocks and you condense it in that one book. So then the next book would be like, all right, boom, they about to do it. People, you know, you start seeing people getting a little flaky. Maybe somebody bail out on them. Then one thing, and then the next thing you know, the book just takes off by boom, something goes wrong, all of them in danger. And now they're not even robbing the bank anymore. They on a run.
Trying to
mm.
You
survive.
know what I'm saying? So
Oh man,
you
man.
gotta you gotta know the exciting incident. What is it gonna keep the reader like, bro? I gotta get the next issue. Every single Delta Dog
Almost like the
ends
Netflix
on that.
model.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
hold on.
exactly.
So what
Okay.
you're saying, Varnell, is this is we with this picture you just painted for us. We can find this in Delta Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, in every single book of Delta Dogs, you know, you'll see that because it was one scene where one of the most wanted people, you know, supervillains in Virginia, and you know, Vonell, you know, and the Delta Dogs, the youngest cousin out the superhero group, he couldn't get on the team, and he came, you know, he ran out and he went to the little convenience store and he ran into the most wanted supervillain in the world and stuff like that. So it just ends right there, like, yo, what is about to happen?
Crazy.
We don't know this dude, whatever. It just ends right there. So but again, you should know what you're trying to say because like, you know, that's a small message. Every single ending to your book should end on a small message or it's going to be soulless. You do not want your book to be
There you go.
soulless. That's how your book becomes forgotten.
True.
Mm.
I
Um
said I said that because I was reading one of my favorite books to read is Stan Sakai's Osagi Ojimbo, and he
Okay.
has an arc in there called Grass Cutter, and every issue is 22 pages, but it's so condensed and tight. It never feels like it. It feels like 10, maybe 5, because every moment and it's jumping from character to character so quickly and so fluently. That's why I asked. So
Okay, so is that like kind of like it came off wrong to you, or you saying they did it amazingly?
they did it so amazingly. I'm wondering how I finished it like in 5 minutes without the pacing. We jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me paint the picture.
Okay.
We jumped through four characters in 3 or 4 pages, maybe
Okay.
back and forth
Okay.
for 6 to 8 issues flawlessly.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I
Yeah.
burned through 4 of them in 20 minutes, which is very unusual for me
Wow.
because writing pacing is normally slower in other books. So I found
Right.
that quite like amazing and jarring at the same time. So that was how I knew I was reading a good storyteller and a
Yeah.
good pacer.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, with characters, every character needs a meaning to it. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
probably got exactly whatever you need or whatever they need you to get off of each character with
Oh,
whatever particular scene, and so they just move on to the next one. It's no reason if you're not getting something from that character or something like that, you need to hurry up and move on. I don't care if it's just a
No,
panel, two
man.
panels, or whatever, and that's
if
it.
the scene or the dialogue itself isn't conveying enough, basically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what needs to be conveyed.
All right, so that's my next question here, right? All right, which part of it comes first? Do you know what you want your characters to say first, or do you know where you want your characters to be first? Do you do your dialogue based off of the setting, or do you make your setting based off of the dialogue?
Um, you, you want to answer this one, Charles? I got answers, but
Yeah.
I want to get you in.
s- uh, Based off the dialogue, I think because dialogue's like I like dialogue a lot, like because I don't like exposition, so
Mm-hmm.
I definitely build the setting around the dialogue, and I also think it depends on the story. So
Mm.
something like I'll go with O Kingdom Come. I really wanted to build dread, like dreading this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So the dialogue was supposed to convey that this is like, yeah, we're marching to this place, but like you don't want to go. I don't want to go. Like nobody wants to die. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's more of a dialogue thing where
Mm-hmm.
I'm building the dread. What's seen along the way, it complements what's being said. So and then uh I think the dialogue and the story should complement um the setting should complement what's being said. But I think it depends
Mm.
on the story. So that's like, and that's the real thing. Like even like what I was saying with the episodic with the issues, um for I couldn't cut open no boy. I couldn't put that in no 20, I couldn't do that in 22 pages or 24. There's no way. But I really
Right.
what I want to work on next is more episodic, where there's a general thing that's happening, and these are these moments up to like different kind of build, rather than like you're dreading this moment coming. You can't really split up dread. Dread is like you gotta carry it. So it's heavy.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Right. You can't do a cliffhanger. You can't really do a cliffhanger if that's the
for
feeling that you're trying
you
to
get
get
something
to,
you want to.
right?
It's like it's gross. You want to get it like you're trying to like, oh, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Kind of
Mm.
thing. So that's what it did, where the story comes into place. And I think heavier concepts will be harder episodically, like heavier, um loss, grief. Uh, those are like really those emotions that you want to stay with the reader, and you
Mm-hmm.
want them to like almost hate feeling that way. Um, but I'm definitely doing. I want to do episode next because I feel like I can. It's a little bit less, a little lighter, instead of like trying to pull it back and be more exciting, more thrilling, more like whoa, like what's next kind of thing.
There we
There we
go.
go. He's
There you
on.
go.
There we go.
Um,
Got to go into some
so
settings here.
so for the yeah, so for me for depending on the story, I think the setting should complement the story. Even like Severance, which was amazing writing, I always go back to. Just
Still
it's just
got.
an
I still got
office.
to watch that.
It's just an office. It's all dialogue. It's just an office. It's a it's an office space. But like it's dreadful because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like you're just what is happening? And that's a feeling that your urgency to figure out what's going on is because of that feeling on the back of your neck. Like, dude, like it's unsettling. You know what I'm saying? So in instances like that kind of story, I
love that feeling too, though.
You said what?
I love that feeling when I'm watching something
and you're unsettled.
When I'm watching, man, like there's nothing like that.
That's what's missing. This thriller, that thriller feeling, thriller feeling of not knowing what's gonna happen.
It's tough to do. I'm watching this. I like watching shit for ride. I'm watching the show. We were watching it a while ago, Wentworth, which was a prison show about women before Orange is the New Black. They're in Australia, New Zealand.
Okay.
Boy, this thing, every episode is a hit. Every episode tight. Like every single episode. Tight writing. Even when maybe that, you can tell when a show was supposed to go 5 seasons and now they're collecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Even the writing for the paycheck, which is what they're getting now, because it's 9 seasons, it's still tight. It's still these people are different because like they're adding characters. They're like you're saying, like someone got popped. Okay, like this was supposed to be 5 seasons. Yo, come on, can you come back? I'm like, all right, but homegirl dies. Oh, but that's the main character. I'm like, deal or no deal. You want this money or you want, you know what I'm saying? So like you know that there's a change, like something. How are you gonna keep these people locked in with the same? You know what I'm saying? So off rip, homegirl dies, and you're like, yo, what is this now? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So exactly like Vanel was saying, like they want to hold on to these characters so they can sell these toys, and then eventually it's gonna stop. Eventually it's gonna run its course. It's been an amazing 12 years, y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
RIP MCU. It's been great.
Yeah,
it's been great.
As far as dialogue goes, man, I definitely feel you on that. That dialogue, I feel like to me, it has to deal with you got to know it's like an unsaid conversation that you're trying to have for the audience.
Yeah.
It should always have some type of like, one question or multiple different questions that's on the table that that, hey, look, I know the reader doesn't know this. I know the reader should know this. And I know what the reader wants. So I'm going to be messing around again with the dialogue, trying to say the what you're not trying to really say, trying to keep hidden and stuff like that in different ways of the dialogue. And then again, you're trying to build towards something. You should already know what the goal is.
Absolutely.
And kind of walk the reader through the goal and stuff like that. And you should know also, and then again, it's like chemistry at this point. You should also know how your characters are. So would your character be smart about the situation or be dumb about the situation or be funny? Like, how would your character interact in that setting of, again, moment. You trying to lead the reader to, again, whatever that goal is. So once you know your characters, you know what the want is, what the need is, and so on. Then dialogue is easy at that point, and you just start to get into the aspect of how fancy can you get with the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Your dialogue will be dope regardless. Yeah, your style, your dialogue will be dope regardless. But you can you put that seasoning on there at that point?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
true. That's dope. So I got my question for y'all is this here, and this is for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. What is one example? Like, I mean, Charles, you just mentioned, what'd you say the show was called? Wentworth?
Oh, Severance, bro. If you're a writer,
Severance, right?
You need to watch. Everyone needs to watch Severance. It's all white people.
That was on Apple TV.
That shit
it was on Apple TV.
It tastes good.
It's good.
So what I want to.
Any other streaming service? I don't have Apple TV.
Yeah, I ain't gotta.
I got you. I got ways.
All right, that's a bet.
Yeah. Hit the Discord. Hit the Discord.
Go ahead, I got
you. So my question for y'all is this here, because from what it looks like, I can see y'all enjoy talking about writing. Y'all enjoy talking about the process of writing. So like, what are some examples for you, D. Smith, for you, Vonell? What are some examples of dialogue that just kind of got you hyped, bro? Like, some writing that you see that you can appreciate that inspires you to get that pen working a little bit.
Man, Breaking Bad, bro. Breaking
Woo!
Bad.
Of course.
That is
I was
what
trying
they
not to
did.
think of
He
that
went
one, but
straight for
of
the
course.
gold.
That one particular scene. I mean, it's
Fire.
throughout the whole entire series, but
It was.
that one
Uh-huh.
particular scene where he was like, "Yo, say my name, bruh." Oh my goodness, yo,
You're
that
goddamn
man.
right.
Oh, like it's how can you get to the peak of dialogue and go above that?
Yeah.
Bro, I
Like,
give it
I'm
to you.
like-
I give you one better. When he really became not that moment, but when he really became Walter White in season 2 or 3, when he had that bag, and he was going to make that deal. He had already shaven his head, and he threw that bag, and it exploded.
Oh yeah,
He let the motherfuckers know, like, I am that. He didn't say it there,
Bro.
but he wanted to, but he was
Right.
still scared. That's when he really became Walter White, right there.
I think
Crazy.
yeah, because it was
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, you got it, brother. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so Breaking Bad, man, like it's no superpowers. It's no
Average
big
guy.
Normal motherfucker.
normal
Mhm.
dude got cancer, and it's like, bruh, how all he has is his wits. He's in a disadvantage in almost everything, and he slowly starts gaining power.
Mhm.
And where his dialogue, he goes from being afraid, jumping and stuff like that to like, who do you think you talking to right now?
Bro.
I'm like, who? My bad, Walt. That's how I was feeling on the other. I'm
Nah,
like, yo,
you're
my bad,
right.
Walt.
You're right. That shit was crazy.
They
His
had
arc
Walter
was
Chop.
crazy in that movie.
Mhm.
It's
That
the
show.
change, bro. It's the change. Like again, the director, they know. If you
Mhm.
don't know what you're talking about as you write it and stuff, you don't have things figured out, the reader's gonna know.
Yeah.
Like point blank, period. They're gonna know. So again, we know like, yo, Walt ain't like that. We met him where he was just getting pushed around and some more stuff to like, yo, say my name. Like,
Yeah.
or hey, stick girl, who do you think you're talking to right now? I'm the dude who knocks. I'm
Right.
like, yo,
I
come
am the
on, bro.
one who knocks.
Yo, oh god dang.
Crazy. Good
Yeah.
shit. Breaking
Did,
Bad.
all right,
Dialogue, bro.
What a year.
did you watch Better Call Saul? Did you watch Better
Oh
Call
yeah,
Saul?
yeah. That's another dude. Talk his way out of anything.
All right. We already friends, bro. That's like that was the best show. That was the best TV show of all last year. Better Call Saul was the best show on TV in
Yeah,
2022. All right, so
yeah,
D
bro.
Smith, let's talk about dialogue, bro. Let's talk about dialogue, bro. What's your peak dialogue, D Smith?
I can't think of a particular moment, but whenever two characters are talking and one comes back with a really good, strong, snappy comeback and walks away
That sounds like Suits.
leaves the person dumbfounded,
That sounds like
and
Suits,
everyone
bro.
in the audience is
Yep.
like,
Yep, Suits.
"Ooh,
Yep, that's Suits right there, bro.
That
ooh."
Suits.
Yeah,
You're just
bro.
like,
Oh,
you saying I can dodge bullets? I'm saying when you're ready, you won't have to.
He gone. He don't need to come back.
right. Nah, that's a
Yo.
fact, bro.
If they
Like,
don't walk away, it didn't hit. That's the
it ain't hit if they don't walk away, bro. Or if there isn't like some kind of dead silence after that, man.
yeah.
Or you know what? A tense moment, and another one. A tense moment is about to happen. Everyone is scared except for this one person. He reassures that everything's going to be all right, but they still don't believe it until the last minute.
Right. All right. So
You just go
prime
like a
example,
moment.
right? Have y'all watched Mad Men at all? Have y'all
I
watched that
haven't
show?
seen Mad Men. I'm mad as hell. I'm mad that I haven't seen it. I gotta get Mad Men
Okay.
Yeah,
and
I gotta watch
Boardwalk
that.
Empire.
Oof.
Okay.
Yes,
So
that's
so
really,
prime example, a prime example of that. Like to me, the pilot episode of Mad Men is like a perfect 45 minutes of TV, bro. A
Amazing.
perfect 45 minutes. I watched the pilot episode of that show. I can go back and watch the pilot episode every day of the week because of the dialogue. But
That's
prime
great.
example of what D Smith is talking about. In the first episode, the ad agency where they work for, they're preparing a campaign for a cigarette company, right? I mean, Don Draper was fucking drinking and cheating on his wife the night before, not doing his work. Comes into the presentation completely cold, and everybody in the building knows that he doesn't have shit. He bullshits his way not only out of the situation, but comes up with an idea and makes it look like he knew it all along through the dialogue, and leads these big tobacco corporate people right off of the ledge of kicking them out of the office, bro. Right off of the edge of losing that account. It starts off with him asking them questions. Okay, well, your cigarettes, your cigarettes don't kill people. The Federal Trade Commission says the cigarettes are unhealthy. All your competition cigarettes are unhealthy. How do you make your cigarettes? Oh, our tobacco is toasted. Well, there you go. Their tobacco is unhealthy. Your tobacco, it's toasted. Like, and he leads them through it in a way that makes it look like he knew it all along.
All
I'm gonna put it
along.
up in the Discord. That
Oh
was a
yeah,
master
I
class.
think I remember seeing that.
Like, another example, bro, was The Wire.
Damn.
The
That
Wire,
third
to,
one.
to me, like, I think that's the best TV show ever, because kind of like you were saying, Vonell, like, when it comes to dialogue, it doesn't have to, like, the words don't got to sound like real people, right? The setting is more important than what's actually being said. I just need to believe that people in real life can be in the setting that you're showing me on camera. If I can believe what I'm seeing is real, what the people are saying on the show becomes that much more enhanced. Every character on The Wire is independent and showing their own motivations, to where even if it's a character you don't like, you want to hear what it is that they have to say, and you look forward to their interactions and their reactions to what's going on with other characters. That's probably the closest thing that I've ever seen on television to where it's like, yo, I could see somebody really doing this in real life. I can imagine the mayor of the city I live in doing all of this shit here. I can imagine a school teacher acting just like this, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of shit that motivates me. The issue that
Yeah.
I got with modern television, specifically in this era, and I want to get y'all's take on this. The dialogue that I hear when I watch a lot of shows now sounds like they're trying to go viral with every line of dialogue.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
It
the
sounds
thing
cringe.
is the thing
Mostly.
is, man, what makes the difference between, like, let's just say, I'm gonna go back to Breaking Bad because it's always so easy to reference Breaking Bad.
Absolutely.
You gotta have the build up. People, it might be slow, or I mean, sometimes you don't even have to be slow, but most of the time it's slow to have that build up to establish the setting and whatnot. But after that, the payoff is coming. You know what I'm saying? We all know that the payoff is coming to where, again, just one-liners and simple stuff. It's literally like a formula to it where you can get it right every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
It's a long formula, but god dang it, it's literally like math. You can get it right every single time. But as far as when you skip all those build-up steps, then you get those trying to go viral type lines where it's just like, no, that's not going to hit, bro. That's not going to hit. You should have established a lot more before you did that. You know what I'm saying? You went to that line. I'm trying. I want to think of a different, like, I mean, just like I am the one who knocks. Everybody remembers that line because of the build up, seasons and seasons and seasons of build up and stuff like that. Because even Walter didn't think he was the one who knocks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it tells you that story, and then like something corny as The Matrix, where Neo was like, or everybody was like, he's the one. Like, it had that
Oh
build
man,
up. You know what I'm saying?
he's
Like, yo,
starting to believe.
you start to believe. I'm just like, bro, we look back at this joint and we just cut that one little section. That line's gonna mean nothing. But if you watch the whole movie, you just like, he the one. Like, you start going crazy. So, like I said, people, they skipping steps. They're messing up the formula. So
they don't want to earn it anymore.
They don't want to earn it. No, thank you. It's the low attention span. I don't know what it is, But
I think so, man. And in the lack of real writing skills, which has been I've been here and talked about too. None of these people have proper training of knowing. There are too much people that have seen Star Wars and Steven Spielberg's and want to hash things out
Oh,
instead
we
of
got
learning how to know real dialogue, how
right.
people written things like
Nah,
Albert
it wasn't
Hitchcock
about you, bro. It wasn't you. No, you good.
and other famous
Disney
writers
again.
that
Hold
have
on.
done things in the trade.
Yo, yeah, word. We just taking shots at
We good.
Spielberg, bro.
We good.
No, but I
wasn't
mean,
there anyway.
everyone's just
It was
doing
his
cheap
assistant.
ass copies of Spielberg now.
Yeah, we've fallen into fan fiction. We see it. We talk about it all the time.
I don't know if I said it here, but we don't talk about like nowadays. We only talk about pop culture before of his generation. No one seems to remember or talk about or even think of influences of other people before him and way before him. Like Walt Disney, what was his inspiration? I was sitting down with somebody and I'm all like, we were watching one of the cartoons and I was thinking to myself, it's like, wow, what was their inspiration for things? Because when I look back,
Kimba the
everyone
Lion.
seems, when I look back, it seems like everyone seems to copy off of like
Somebody.
Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, and name somebody else from the 80s or 80s, maybe the 70s. But that's it. No one seems to go further back than that and realize where they used to have to get their influences before the things that were made,
And I can tell you right when it happened, and we talked about this. It was 2001, September 11. When the 90s was our creative gold mine, Matrix, we were on the cusp of like, yo, we're about to like enlighten the fuck out of 2000s here. It's a new millennium.
Charles cooking. Yeah,
no
Charles
idea.
New millennium.
Yep.
Fuck. It was even, I would say it's before that. It was probably when Homeboy lost the presidential race. That was when it happened. But what really put the nail in the coffin was after the war, for sure. That's when creativity stopped. Everything was a military movie. After military movie, great movies. Beginning, they started off Hurt Locker. It started off good, and then it became, this is what everybody wants to see. 24. Fucking.
Yeah.
Hey, 24 was kind of good.
Movie. What was the show? Alias. It was just a decade of all that. Like
everything had to get serious.
Everything got serious. Everything was 24. Everything was counterterrorism. Everything was everything for like a decade, and there was nothing. And it wasn't just there. It was music, like
video games,
modern work. Everything just went there. So the creativity of that gave us the Matrix. That gave us Alien. That gave all that stuff for that decade.
Terminator.
I'm
about to say Terminator,
but Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, all that stuff, and that was Spielberg then. So that's all they had. There was no one came after because all the talent went to those same movies. So they didn't get a chance to be creative the way Spielberg got a chance, and fucking J.J. Abrams got a chance, and James Cameron had a chance. Even
Michael Bay, yeah.
Michael Bay had a chance. All these guys got a chance, but the next generation of filmmakers are supposed to carry the torch from them the way they took it from Hitchcock, and they took it from they all got thrown into these kind of movies, got this industry. So they didn't get a chance to do their. So now we're trying to get out of that now, but after that came Supers, and it was great. Yep. Supers were great, but Coogler came out with Fruitvale Station and Creed, that guy on his way, and then he got thrown into Black Panther. So what I'm saying? So it was
that's crazy, dog.
A storm of stuff for that 2001 to 2010. 2020, and then 2010 and 2020 was all Super. So like
Right,
great
right.
movies you never even heard of. Y'all even heard of Primer? Y'all even
No,
heard of Primer? That's the best time travel movie ever made.
All right, I'm
Primer.
Two
interested.
guys in the camera.
Are y'all gonna link all the different movies and stuff like that,
I
like in
got
the link
it.
below? Like, what are y'all gonna do? All right,
Primer,
Primer.
bro. Primer's the
God
best. Like,
dang.
and it's two guys in a camera. It's not even like crazy special effects.
2004.
Primer. I think so.
That's a bet.
Charles out here pulling
Yeah.
pulling stuff out
Dang.
of the bag, man.
Primer,
Because
bro.
I mean, look, the big franchises. I mean, yeah, we had our Lord of the Rings, the
Yeah.
Harry Potters, but those were books. That still
Yeah.
wasn't anything new per
Yeah.
se. Those were adaptations.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch that video I put in the Discord about the death of Hollywood?
Nah, I didn't catch it yet, bro.
Watch it, because the same themes he was talking about, we're talking about right now. He was talking about in the 90s how we went from having like a few adaptations of what did he reference? He said a few adaptations and a few blockbusters, but no real big, and a couple of sequels, but no big franchises. It wasn't until like the mid 2000s we started getting franchises and comic book movies. Watch that video, because what he goes into and the way he goes through it is very, very good and meticulous.
Yeah.
We got a comment here. Evan G. Lyons, what's good, brother? One thing people brought up in the writer's strike was the death of the writer's room. Studios expect you to plan a show pitch without a few paid writers with no assistants. They out here, they playing hardball.
They're not gonna get the quality. They're not gonna get the quality.
Nope. If everybody who's trying to write is basing their ideas off of the same 3 or 4 pieces of media, you're always going to end up with the same thing that comes out each time, right? Like, man, listen, and I was thinking about this talking to my niece the other day, right? For us growing up in the 90s, you got to think about it. Like, people who are like teenagers or younger now look at the 90s the way we looked at the 60s, bro.
Ooh.
Dang.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
That's all right.
It's that bad? I thought it would be more like the 70s than the 60s.
The reason I say
really
that
far of a
yes, because the reason I say that is think about how far along everything has came. When I was, let's think about this. When we were 13 years old, what was the most that we knew how to do with technology? Think about the most the very most
get on three-way.
you knew how to do.
3-way call.
Making a 3-way call. That was the extent to technology, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
D. Smith, you said a VCR?
Programming the VCR.
Okay. And Charles, what was the extent?
Nah, that's top tier. You can top tier. I'm gonna program on VCR.
Yeah, most people couldn't, bro. That was the thing that bugged me. I'm like, it's not that hard.
Right? Like, listen, I remember what the hell was it? What was it? This was the dumb shit that like my brother told me about. Like, yeah, bro, if you got a PlayStation game and it's scratched, flush it down the toilet and then wipe it off and put it back in the PlayStation, then it'll work. And it worked.
I'm playing off.
Yeah. You can't just wipe it off with water? You had to be flushed?
Exactly.
Had to be flushed.
Exactly.
Like, right.
That's the dumb shit.
What if it went down the drain? Like, what if it busted?
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the dumb shit that we used to be on, bro. Like, I remember being told that if you got AA batteries that die, put them in the freezer, let them get cold.
Put it in the freezer.
That shit ain't real?
Did it work?
That's science.
I think I do remember that being a thing.
I remember it working.
It was.
I remember that working.
Damn.
But like, compare that to somebody. Compare our rudimentary knowledge of technology when we were doing shit like that to somebody now being able to get on TikTok. Like,
but think about
see what I'm saying?
But think about it. You say rudimentary, but that's more basic technology, right? So like the batteries. With the phone dead, they don't know how to do that.
That's a good point.
But then they
With
can
the internet
just
out, they don't know.
Google it.
That's the problem. With the internet out, they don't know how to do that. That was shit you knew off your brain, like through word of mouth.
Right.
With the internet gone,
Shout
they
out
don't
to
know.
the '90s.
These guys don't know how to call 911 anymore. They Google it. What do I call in an emergency, bro? Who do I call in an emergency?
That's tough, dude.
What's
Who
the
do I
number to
call in an
911?
emergency,
Bro,
bro?
when the,
Ain't no
the
way.
AI god will be Google.
It's done.
What's the number to 911?
What's the number to 911? So
So,
way.
it's a bit
so
different,
in terms,
but I get what you're saying.
Ain't no way.
so in terms of creativity, what does that do to that? What does that do to new ideas? If
And then the
everything,
advent of sorry
Mhm.
to jump over you. And then the
No, you got it.
advent
You got
of
it. Go ahead.
TikTok, 30 seconds. 30 seconds of constantly repetitive action. What does that do to you?
Hard.
Listen to people shout and be overly energetic all the time in YouTube videos. What does that do to you? I'll leave it there.
Condition.
Yeah, I mean that short attention span. I mean, people really just they don't have any patience anymore like that,
That's
and then that messes up people's attitudes. But also, I mean, look what they're being conditioned right now to do is to follow trends. Follow trends. That set any really trends and stuff like that. They just follow like, all right, what's the new music that's hot right now? Let me get on that. Or what's this like? Instead of venturing out and exploring and stuff like that, people are always like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Like experience something. You know what I'm saying? Experience your own thing. Be independent. People are not independent no more.
Absolutely.
It's less leaders.
damn. Oh man, we going there. All right, cool.
And take it a step further, and you realize China's version of TikTok is not doing that. They got science experiments. They got fathers doing like little playful things with their kids on their TikTok. We get the dances and my booty hole brown on the
wow.
on our TikTok.
What?
Yeah, it's different. You know that?
I don't even want to know what that is.
The TikTok
What is
they
going
get
on
in
with your
China is way
algorithm?
different. They have like experiments and like classes and shit on their TikTok.
Dang, that's
The
tough.
algorithm is nasty, bro.
Yeah, it's a
The algorithm is crazy, bro. But I mean,
it's
It's
listen.
aggressive as hell, bro. I watch one video, I get like 50 of the same video.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
these TikTok
So-
shorts. It's like, bro, I just watched one, not 5, not 3, not even 2, one.
He loves it, guys.
Well,
Give it to him.
well, see,
Turn
nah,
it to
like
11.
now, because y'all got me really thinking about some stuff now, right? Like, I'll get on YouTube, I'll see YouTube shorts, right? And this is crazy. You'll see YouTube shorts where they're doing trendy shit and they're playing songs, they're playing hip hop songs from like 20 years ago, right? But these songs that are played in these shorts, although people have no connection to the music, they have a connection to what's in the short. So they're putting these songs from 20 years ago in their clips, not knowing that there's a 20-year history on a song that they're listening to. They might not know that this song from 3 6 Mafia came out in 2006. For them, it's a brand new song because every day there's a new short clip with them playing that song in there.
That's crazy.
And that plays into the nostalgia. That plays into nostalgia too, though,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no reason for any of the new music that's coming out to have that kind of connection. There's never going to be a connection to what's being released now compared to what's being released then. I don't see any nostalgia popping up for any of this type of music that's being released right now. I don't see it.
I agree. I don't think anything makes it past 2025, to be honest. Not even a decade. I won't even give them a decade. The music from now, from outside of 2-3 artists, maybe my hand, I don't see any of that music making it past 2025.
Only Taylor Swift.
Man,
Taylor Swift, apparently.
That's it. I don't think most of these artists are gonna make it that far.
Even Adele,
Right.
Adele was probably up there before, but like I think she did another song, but it's still gonna be her first 2 albums. Beyonce maybe has like a few singles that might make it.
Oh,
Same with
Beyonce
John
will have a few
Legend.
singles, but that's about it.
Yeah.
listen,
John
All
Legend,
right, look, prime.
Jay-Z, nothing's making it past this decade for Jay.
Yo, didn't Drake just drop an album last week, 2 weeks
Who?
ago?
Who?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yo, Drake album came out 2 weeks ago, bro.
That doesn't have that pop. Like, did it go platinum?
I mean,
Blow in the wind.
oh, brother, that look you had on your face, bro.
Bro,
Nah, but man,
that's how it is, man. I mean, nothing's sticking no more, bro. Nothing's sticking no more. Like,
It's overwhelming.
I
Except for
wonder.
anime.
Yeah, except for anime. Dang.
And in fact, anime is like the only thing that seemed like it sticks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah,
anime is
real,
still
bro.
on the rise, bro.
It's still on the rise. It's still going up. Like different anime, like people still latching on to this stuff, and it's like, man, when is the next season coming out? But over here, it's like, oh, that was last week. You know, we ain't worrying about that no more. You know, it's crazy, bro. Because is it equality? Like, what is it?
Right.
What you mean?
Okay, so
Wait. Yeah.
Like-
What you mean by that?
Like, why aren't we missing? I mean, why aren't we? Like, is it because it's too much stuff going on right now, or is it because, again, the quality isn't good, that we're not remembering this different stuff? It's not sticking with us for the long term, because like everything from the 90s is still hitting today.
mhm.
They even redoing it so it can still hit today, and it's still hitting.
Doing it again. They came back
Yeah.
second
It's
last.
because there's so much
real.
abundance of it. It's so much abundance. There's no quality, and it's really rehashes of stuff we've seen. And they're throwing so much of it out. Like there's so many shows that came out. Like I stopped watching most TV, bro. I stopped watching most TV because there's so much crap. And when I do find something that's quality that I want, I find out that it only had one season. The show is long gone, like anywhere from 3 to 8 years past its due date. So, like, if it ends on a cliffhanger, I'm just stuck.
Oh well.
So,
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Like,
call the writer.
At that point, it took me forever to find something that good that I wanted to watch. So I don't even watch TV down there, and I still got like 4 streaming services.
That's crazy.
Okay. Well, listen, you get so all right. So imagine being a writer, right? Imagine having a pitch for a TV show. I wonder what it feels like to pitch a TV show, put it in a production, and you know that shit is getting canceled after one season. Like, what does that feel like?
And it's good.
Like I wouldn't try as harder.
Yeah,
what does that feel like?
Was the show good?
I mean, prime example, Winning Time on HBO about the Lakers. That got canceled 2 seasons and we're out of here. Like they could have ran that show. They could have told the entire story of the NBA, all the way from Magic Johnson to Michael Jordan.
I was hoping they stick with the Lakers and do Kobe Bryant.
No, 2 seasons and we're out of here.
No, I mean, like if the show was to continue, I was hoping that they would just stick with the Lakers, and then
I mean that would have been
go
dope.
all the way to Magic, and then jump to Kobe and Shaq, and
that would have been dope.
They went through a rough time. That would have been excellent, but oh well.
But nope, we get 2 seasons and it's out of here.
It's like, and I can't, like, Winning Time. That should definitely stay on, and that makes me feel like we need a streaming service or some kind of outlet. Let's
get back to that.
However, I think we need to also, and Vanilla agree with this, raise the bar of what we consider quality entertainment coming out of it.
Raise the bar and limit it.
But what happened is once we get that streaming service, the kind of stuff that's going to get in there is going to bankrupt the streaming service. Like as we are now, the kind of stuff that get in there, BET, Tyler Perry, they're gonna bankrupt that streaming service. So
that's a that's a good assumption. I mean, because like what you said with like how in the world there's certain things don't get a season 2, but we still getting like movies like what is it, Cocaine Bear and stuff, like getting the movie theaters. Like
a bear on cocaine, Vanilla. Don't
cocaine.
It's a bear.
Bro,
It sells itself.
Like I just want to see the pitch. I just want to see the pitch to the executive, multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar people, like just like pitch it. I just want to see
We
the
need to
video
make
of that.
this.
But
If they had a series,
these niche ones, Cocaine Bear, I think there's another one. I don't mind those. Those cost $20 million.
oh yeah,
And get a return of 120. You can't you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind those because that's different. That's probably
it's
that's
schlock.
not
It's
90s.
just it's what they used to consider schlock back in the day.
Schlock, scary movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can dig like a thing. What I can't stand is
Yep.
Shoot, we're gonna take shots. All right.
No, let's get it.
Yeah. Fire in the
I
hole.
can't stand Jupiter's Legacy.
for real.
Yeah, because it's a superhero genre, right?
Yeah.
Genre. And unlike Invincible or The Boys that changed it, it's following the same formula as like an MCU. So there's these two behemoths, DC, MCU, and I'm gonna make my own, just not connected to those, but they have the market share. You're competing with everything now. So you're on Netflix, great. What are you gonna do different? Because Invincible was on Amazon Prime. That's not bigger than Netflix. That's not bigger than this thing. But I would say Invincible and The Boys and Brian from Writer's Block will probably disagree. Those are probably the two hottest superhero properties right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing they're doing is they're anti-superheroes. That's it.
Yep.
That's the thing they're doing. That's the stick. Invincible's well written. The Boys is well written for sure, but it's basically anti-superhero. So that's what, like, when you're competing, especially, and this is for our community moment, when we're competing and when we're competing to kind of dive into that market share of what DC is, we can't do exactly what they're doing. What you're doing with Delta Dog's completely different family dynamic with the ensemble cast undone. You know what I'm saying? That's more like oh God, who was the guy? Edgar Wright. I would expect like something like Edgar Wright would do.
Yeah.
Fast-paced ensemble cast chemistry. It's almost like a heist movie, but it's superheroes. You know what I'm saying? That's completely different. So something like that going on Netflix, that makes sense. But Jupiter's Legacy, nah, I'm not gonna.
Never stood a chance.
I feel you.
We're not giving them passes no more, Vonell.
I did.
No more passes.
You're right. They're not different.
We ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. Nah, because they had the power, they had the clout, they had the budget. So let them know. Nah, that was booty. Like with everything you had, that was booty. I'm sorry.
That was booty.
We're gonna rate them on a. It's gonna be on a learning curve from now on. It's gonna be on a learning curve.
I mean, just like they did with like Blue Beetle, like God dang, copy and paste.
Great. What else are you doing? A Batman joke? What else are we doing, bro? What else are you offering? Family Spanish. I'm locked in. What else are you doing? Look what Across the Universe did. It didn't do what I think it should have done overseas, but we don't have to get into that. But Across the Universe is probably one of the best animated it is the best animated superhero for sure movie out. But look what they did with the kid. The expectation. We're talking about the expectations of this Superman. You don't belong here. Like look at the subliminal. You don't belong here, and then he beats all of them. He beats.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
An infinite amount of Spider-Man.
And he beats all of them. He escapes all of them. He basically beats all of them. So like that concept and the whole point of like, and I don't know if the writers are doing this on purpose, but it fits. Like this is how things are supposed to go. All these Peter Parkers. This is how it's supposed to go. All these white Peter Parkers. People are supposed to die. And this guy's like, look at what we can do. We can stop this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's like the embodiment of like not having to let things go through the status quo.
Yeah.
While other people have kind of compromised and like, no, Peter Parker does this. We wait. Peter Parker sticks on the walls. Peter Parker's white. Peter Parker, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like these are the conversations that are happening behind the story and the dialogue that I really dig. So these are people that are doing it different.
That needs to be the standard.
That needs to be the standard.
What you're saying.
We're gonna break the shit. We gotta break this shit and get back to the 90s creativity. All that shit needs to go. Because the military complex movies handed the baton off to the superheroes. Yeah. Right after. They just handed it off. And then
and I think
it's ran its 10 years and it's extended. They got an extension, a 3-year extension. And they've kind of ran it. Like, what's next?
Well, let me say one thing though. My bad. Oh, you go ahead.
Damn, I went for a minute. Bro. Sorry, y'all.
No,
you were great.
You were great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
But I'll say this though. I think that the entertainment industry and their model now, they're not interested in quality. I think the traditional model used to be quality makes money, right? We got to make it good before we make money off of it.
Right. Yeah.
All of these studios were willing to take risk on things in hopes of getting to the bag, right? Now, getting to the bag is the main priority. What's popular right now? Okay, this is what's hot. We need our version of that. Instead of competing with it with something different, we need to take what they're doing, put our own little twist on it, and try to make some money off of it. Right?
Crazy repackaging, boy.
Prime example.
Oh, you got a good burger? I'm getting a Mongo burger. I'll be right back. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Got to be better than that.
Right. And I mean, it's the truth though, right? Like, if you go back and look at I'm trying to think on this. All right, perfect example. I don't know why I know this. This is useless knowledge here, right? So Terminator 2 and Point Break came out the same day back in the 90s. Wow. Those are two of my favorite action movies. Completely different spectrums, right?
Different,
on one end of it, on one end, and this is why I know it. This is movie trivia. James Cameron and Catherine Bigelow were married at the time those movies came out. Ooh. James Cameron did T2, Catherine Bigelow did Point Break, and they came out the same day.
Wow.
So on one end of it, I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious. Dang. On one end of it, you got Terminator 2, which is a fire sci-fi classic, dope-ass movie. And then you got Point Break. You got Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze introducing like action sports and surfing and bank robbery and all of this shit here. And they were on two separate ends of the movie going audience, but they both made money and they both have legacies as two of the best action movies ever made. Right? Whereas if that were to be today, they already tried to do a remake of Point Break that nobody went to see back in 2015, and Terminator's been ran into the ground.
Damn,
but the entire point of it is that there was still space there because the idea is that we need to make it good before we make money off of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're not in the business of doing that anymore. The model now is we need the bag. We need the bag. We need the bag. What was hot last year? Squid Game was hot. We need to figure out our own version of Squid Game. You know what I'm saying? So now all this on Netflix is K-dramas. K-dramas are the hottest thing on Netflix now because of Squid Game.
I'm on.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, we live in a world where I feel like the war we fight it's not particularly storytelling. The war we fight is, like you said, is trying to get to the bag. Like that's the only thing that's popular. Like you're not speaking their language unless you talk about you'll make more money this way. If you talk about the story be better this way, like story, we don't care about that. Oh you'll be making more money this way. Oh, okay. Like that's how they talk, man.
I wish there were more people that thought like you, because I had someone tell me today that the objective is not to compete with those big properties, that their competition are like the other indie people in their space.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
wait, what? Like I'm not. I just found this out too. I was surprised. I was like, is this how everyone thinks? They're like, because he said,
how does that work?
I'm not competing with DC. I'm competing with Concrete and Midnight and Midnight. I'm like, but they're not. They just got Diamond. They're not even. They haven't even started yet. Why are you competing with people that haven't even started yet? But that's the fear. Is that outside of you? Is that the mindset?
No, that's how they do in the comic book space, man. It's like
He's right. He's right. That's
it's
how they're
like on a
doing it.
playground, bro. Like
That's crazy.
you don't fight the teachers, you fight the other little kids. You
The
know what I'm saying?
students.
Like yeah, you fight the students. It's ridiculous,
I was
man.
blown
That's
away
why
because I thought we were all in this to take like we're trying to,
it's
you know what I'm
supposed
saying?
to be like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that because I mean, at the end of the day, all I want is new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
Marvel and
right,
DC not
right.
doing it. All right, that's a bet. I'm only dealing with Concrete Comics, Advent Comics,
Nope.
Godhood. That's the people I'm dealing. That's the only people I'm gonna be reading. Like I haven't picked up Marvel and DC stuff for years. The last time I think I did it was maybe like try the new milestone. But even before then, bro, it was years because I just quit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, it's just they not producing it. So all I pick up is indie comic books. And right
I say
now,
Image. Image is good. Image and
yeah,
Boom.
image all day. Yeah, and boom. But yeah, as far as like trying to connect with these, I talk to different indie creators all day. They message me, I message them, whatever. And I reach out to some people, and bro, you can just tell, bro, off rip, who is trying to help genuinely, or who is trying to like make sure you fail. You know what I mean?
Oh, I need to hear
And
this.
What's
I
the
need to hear
point
this.
of that?
it's
What's
real
the
talk,
point
bro.
of that?
It's
I
no
need to hear
point
this.
because like
Talk
at the
about
end
it.
of the day, bro, the thing is we in a perfect world, if we came together, dropped the egos and stuff like that, it would completely work. Do you know how fast Marvel and DC would pick up their stuff? Like, oh, they doing something now. Let me go ahead. That's
That's
like
what I'm
when
saying.
PlayStation came into the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it Play?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not
No, no,
Play.
no, no, no.
That's
You're
when
using
it,
the right. You're using the
okay,
right
okay.
one.
When
When
PlayStation came
PS1
onto the
dropped.
game, yeah, when PlayStation 1 dropped, everybody started tightening up, right? Bruh, and Black Indie comic book, because the thing is, we have uncharted territory. It's like we
Untouched stories,
untouched, bruh,
untapped,
untouched. They
nothing.
Marvel and DC cannot replicate us. They can't do it. They can hire us, sure, but they're not getting the hiring right. So look, like
Say that again.
we
Say
keep
that again.
they're not getting the hiring right now, bro.
There you go.
We're gonna keep our
Hospital
best stuff. We're gonna keep our best stuff, bro.
for
You think
sure. What's it?
uh,
Kevin Grevue said the
Kevin?
same thing.
I was just about to. You know, I was just about to say his name,
He said,
bro.
"You better keep
Chill
that
out,
cut."
bro. Kevin is not giving him his best stuff, man.
No,
Blue Marvel ain't his peak.
no,
You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
we gonna give him our second, our second, our thirds and stuff, but our number ones, our favorites and stuff like that, man. We got it, and the world has not seen it yet. And we came out again. The artists came together. Like, look, I know you're not going to get paid right now. You're not going to get paid right now, but the end goal is going to be millions, billions.
Hold on,
You know
I'll
what
be
I'm
right
saying?
back
If
because
they,
I got.
but yeah,
Keep
it's
cooking, bro.
I'll bring something back just to prove a point.
for sure. And the thing is, like, again, it's really, I feel like it's the artist, because the artist, it takes the most time to draw this stuff out. It's a
Absolutely.
lot of work.
It is.
So, and everybody has bills to get paid and stuff like that. But that's what it comes with when it comes to starting a business. If you want to have some skin in the game, you got to have that risk and stuff like that.
And there's models, there's methods. I'm working on one that they can get paid. There's methods to do this that they can get paid.
Oh yeah,
and me and you gonna do some shit. We're gonna do some shit for sure.
For sure.
Like I have 2 titles, Okinawa Come and one I'm working on now. I'm not trying to make any more titles, and I've always been in my mindset that if there's a black publisher, and the focus is not on their own book, they want to put out other books, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's my criteria. If they're not pushing their own book, and it's just about them pushing other books, I'm in. Like I'm not here to make 10 different titles. Oh, there you go, Niobe.
Yep.
Right here.
Yeah.
That's Niobe.
If you ain't reading this right now, I'm still waiting on issue 3 and 2 and 3 to get to me. But if you ain't reading this, this is the starting point. This ain't even probably peak yet. This is just the starting point.
And he's been working on that for a minute.
As a motherfucker.
Yeah, he's been working on that for a minute. He's making moves into African market too. So Sebastian's good. But that's always been the thing, like what you're saying, Vino. Like, and maybe it needs to be when they see it already happening. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
When they see it already happening, maybe they'll make some moves. But that's what I said. I did. I want to do a Kingdom Come, and I talked to Dion, and all I want to do is collab.
I fucking.
I'm not even trying to. I'm not doing
I
any more.
fucking there.
I'm not doing any more solo stuff. All I want to do is collab, because maybe if people start seeing it, and they start seeing like, yo, this is maybe it'll start to make difference. I'm not doing any more solo stuff, because
that's it.
people.
DC
It's like
and Marvel is slipping.
it's like it's impossible. Like they make it seem like it's impossible.
DC and Marvel is slipping, man, and they at the end point for the most part. So if there's any time for y'all to get in, this now. That's all I'm gonna say.
We got Ripper, you got Black Sands. Imagine this, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, not too many people is making it towards like kind of like the status of again making millions and millions a year and stuff like that off of comic book sales and stuff like that. Yeah. But they're doing it, so they're kind of like in the forefront, like, hey, look, that guy's doing it. I want to get on a train before before it's too late and stuff like that, right? So right now, their books has to be dope. You know what I'm saying? Because hype is one thing, and actually quality is another thing. If you bought, you know what I'm saying? If everybody talking about like Amazon choice, and you bought this item online and stuff, everybody hyping up this item, you get the item, and the item doesn't even work. You're like, man, I'm not going to pay for that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that again. So that's what I feel like happened to. I'm not going to name the companies, but that's what happened to them. You know what I'm saying?
Black Sands. Is that what you're trying to say, Black Sands?
I'm not speaking the word, sir.
Black Sands.
I'm not speaking the word, sir. But
he's another one. If he would drop, because I don't know how he'll resurrect that IP. Maybe he'll figure it out, because the designs are beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's just, why is Leonidas here? Whatever. But if he just pushed, it just hit him now. If he was one of those guys like I was talking about, if he had, this is Black Sands Publishing, all I want to focus on is Black Anybody, and he wasn't pushing a book, I would have slid in there. Yeah. I found that the people that aren't pushing books, that they're publishers, like a Simon Schuster or Penguin Random House, that's when those are, because he can raise money.
Oh,
he
yeah.
He can't write
one of the kings.
He can't write for shit. He knows he can't write for shit. I'm not gonna. This isn't.
Oh wow.
He can't write for shit. He can't write for shit.
Yeah,
but he can raise money.
So my instincts
reaching
were right.
out to different. He is reaching out to like different writers and stuff to kind of get more. That's what he should have been done.
But, hopefully, he hasn't damaged the IP off of what he's done. But yeah, they can probably fix. A good writer can fix a lot of shit. But him and Eric July can't write for shit.
And that was my problem with Eric July for his stuff.
Go ahead, Vonell.
Yeah, I mean, that was my problem with Eric July. Like, that's why when he put out that first story pitch, it didn't catch me. But now that I know somebody like Chuck Dixon was on a story, so I'm like, all right, I'll pick it up and this and that. But so the kind of like, you see how he pivoted real quick, like, all right, I might need some more work on my writing side. So he went to go get help ASAP like that. So that's 100%. What makes that dude dangerous, bro.
That's what makes
him dangerous.
100%.
So with that type of pivot and that type of quickness, you know what I'm saying, he's going straight to the top. You know what I mean?
And then there's I call it the new artist effect, where your debut album, right? So what do you think about that? The new artist Kendrick. There's a reason why Kendrick is always considered a little bit above Cole and obviously Drake, but Cole for sure, because Cole has consistency. But that debut album, because of that debut album, Cole had to give up a lot of stuff for his debut album. But Kendrick come on, Poetic Justice, point. Like, it was beautiful. Backstreet Freestyle. He had perfect debut album. So forever that stuck with him. That he has, even though his other stuff, his latest album, shaky.
Illmatic.
But he's
same thing with Illmatic.
Same thing with Illmatic. Your debut album. Do you think he survives that? His debut book all the hype around it, and it wasn't, what everyone thought. Will he be? Even though it's good that he pivoted, and he'll survive it, but will he ever hit the peak that he could have hit with an amazing debut project?
I mean, how he pivot? I think there's a high possibility. So like when it comes to say like Black Sands, Black Sands, that man's a definition to sticking to his guns, right? Yeah. And he's not trying to pivot for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like when something happens and you have a drop in sales, you got to figure out why, and you got to pivot. That's all businesses. When it comes to GameStop didn't pivot. Now they're, right. You see where they at right now.
Yeah.
So right now, again, every July he's doing his thing. He's pivoting and stuff like that. Like, I'm the type of dude, I'll say it real quick. I do not care about this dude's views and all this other stuff. Like, that does not matter. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I disagree with it. Whatever. Yeah. It matters about that book. That book didn't catch me, and that's what's gonna, what I'm saying? That's what I'm there for. And it's not about like, man, you need to support Black people, this and that. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, if you get that book right, you get that story right, I'm gonna buy. You know what I'm saying? All right, book 3 good now, and this and that. All right, boom. I'll buy book 1, book 2, and then book 3. You saying it's picking up? Cool. I'll do it that way. Now I feel like Eric July, if he continue getting on these different artists, he's gonna be the next Image. I made a video about it. He's gonna be the next Image if he's getting this creator again, Kevin. You know what I'm saying? He get him on there, and then what's Ronnie Barnes and stuff like that. Bro, it's gonna be huge. So that's, bruh. you gotta realize the facts, bro. This is what's making us powerful, and that's what I said. Like, if we came together and start like put our egos away and stuff like that, and come on in one like house and stuff like that, that's a wrap. Marvel and DC.
So.
Oh
okay.
boy!
And this is obviously the answer. The issue I've always said, and I always bring it up. I mean, how do you curate? How do you curate?
Who do you trust? Okay, with that being,
how do you curate? How do you curate these books? So everybody comes together.
Right.
Midnight has 12 superheroes. Concrete has 10.
Well, first off, we need to have a diverse slate, because if everyone's serving the same chocolate,
I'll tell you right now, if I was in control of a mass black publishing house with everybody under it, the superheroes are gone.
Thank you.
That's me.
No, one stays. One group stays.
That's me.
That's it.
Now, what you're doing is different, but the typical superhero. That to me,
it's the style. It's the style for me. It's the straight up style for me. Like the superhero drink, I feel like has always been played out. Like, I'm not gonna do something if it's the same, like, cape and this and that. Like,
exactly.
It's just played out. Like, it's like what's our style
gonna be?
Right.
There's a ceiling in place.
What is our style gonna be? And it's room for that. It's room for that. Like, don't you wanna? Because I feel like, and this is what kind of get me upset. And hopefully I'm not changing the subject too much.
No, go ahead, bro.
And that's the generation that we're in of non-creativity. I can't stand this. Like, I cannot stand the era that we're in right now, where it's just copy and paste. I can't stand. I feel like we're missing out. Bro. I feel like I'm missing out. I'm wasting my life here.
I saw an indie character called Black Cub.
God dang it! Like,
it's Black Cub, bro.
The Black Cub.
It's Black Panther with like white, like this.
Look
at my indie character, Black Cub. I'm like, drown the cub in the water.
God dang it, yo.
He's not a Wolverine. He's not a Wolverine. He's a Badger. He's a Badger. He's not a Wolverine.
Black Cub, because it's a ceiling. To me, the concept, there's a ceiling. It's like, to do anything and there be a ceiling there. Why do anything and there's a ceiling there? Like, there's literally a ceiling. You're creating, like, in a small room when, like, you dive in there. It feels like
Oh, good. So I think if to have all those different indie comic books under one roof, it would have like, hey, look, this is the roof, but this is like the badge of what you're trying to look for. You look for a superhero. under this particular brand, I have this symbol,
A brand.
along with
Okay.
the stamp, whatever. So if you're this, then you have this symbol,
Call it
just like
the cape label.
yeah, like what's the
Yeah.
joint called? Like Nintendo. Nintendo has like the
Yep.
Sega stuff, and has the Mario stuff. Like it's gonna fall underneath one
Right.
umbrella, but it has different raindrops. I don't know, bro.
No,
Help me
no.
out here.
No.
Help me
You're
out here.
making sense. You
You
know
have
what I'm saying?
different
It's
divisions.
like, it's like, look,
different
And-
divisions.
And then you have someone to oversee those divisions. Like, you remember Nintendo's seal of approval back in the day? When you got that game, that sticker told you that this was vetted before this game got out.
Oh, bad. Okay.
Right.
Just like that.
Right.
You put something with like stamp it. That shows that this is verified. That shows that this is quality. That shows that what you're going to get is what you're going to motherfucking get.
no, but I dig what you're saying though. It's like it's one house, but I mean we got different rooms in the house. That's
Exactly.
what it is right there.
That's it.
We got,
Guess what room I'm in?
Guess what room I'm
Like, and that's when it's gonna start getting to that point where so you remember when, like Sony did the Spider-Man movie where all three Spider-Mans was in one crib. So that's Sony and Marvel
MCU.
working together, under with Disney and stuff like that. So again, like say Ronnie Barnes and say my team, Ronnie Barnes and Vonell putting their creative minds, so they have both of their stamps up there. Like, yo, what? Like people get hyped off of that type of stuff. So I mean, just different stuff like that, man. We can create a whole new generation outside of, like, again, Marvel and DC, the typical stuff that people are used to, where it's just like, yo, we uncharted territory. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the different characters. And again, superhero, that's just one genre. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, bro. That's been my whole thing.
It's just one joint.
Whole thing. That's why I read mostly Image, because I'm getting stories that aren't just superheroes.
Yeah.
Or if I am, I'm getting stuff like yours, which are different takes. Like there has to be something besides capes. I'm sick of hearing about capes. I'm sick of hearing insert black hero here. It's always got to have the name black, dark. What else? Somebody name something. It's always black, dark, or something else.
Listen, look, y'all are
Midnight Man.
Midnight Man.
Look, y'all are speaking some facts here.
That's a joke.
So
somebody got fried. Midnight Man. Somebody called me Midnight Man.
Keep playing. Midnight Man with the clock on his chest.
Somebody fried that man.
I think that's an actual hero too. I think that's a real hero.
Oh, that's a hero? Oh, shoot.
By Marvel, I think.
Listen. So with all that being said, though, all right, what do you? I mean, you mentioned the egos. You mentioned all of that stuff there. Do you think that? All right, like, okay, is it fair to say that most people who are writing indie comic books are doing it because they want to write for the big two? Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, until they get their feelings hurt. Well, yeah.
I think it's like what Vanilla said, but I think it's subconscious. I think that they think they're doing it for themselves, and then if the big two came, they'd clear out.
Right. Okay. So if what you guys are saying were to happen, if we get, if there's this umbrella where everybody is on the same page here, like, is the biggest impediment in between that? Is it egos? Is it creativity? How do you like, let's say all four of us are writers, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All four of us are working on something. We got Donovan in the fold too. How do we break it to one another? How do we express to one another that this is the direction we need to go in? I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing on your own, but together this is what we can do that much better. How do you avoid the internal conflict or competition between people who naturally favor their ideas over yours? Naturally.
You have to set your ego aside and to an extent and realize the bigger picture, and also compromise. Find a way to wiggle room between each other.
Wiggle room.
If you can't do that, then somebody gonna have to get cut.
You know what, man? This thing with, especially when it comes to like a story, I've never had that if something I like the best thing. Like I like any other product. Like I don't. It's like an inanimate thing to me. So like, man, I really like. There's a bunch of shit that I love. I would have like a character that I know has to go because just best for the book. They gotta go. Like there's just. I'm sorry. Everything points to them having to go. So it's just about the best thing. Now and I know we'll probably understand this a lot. There are people that, and this is something I'm preparing my mind with this new collab thing I'm trying. There are people that
say what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
Feel like they have to say something to have value.
Ooh.
And it doesn't work, and it doesn't apply. I've seen that a lot. My sister does it sometimes. Where I'll be like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" It's like, "Oh, that's good, but you should change this over here." You don't want people. Oh yeah, I had it. Fuck it. There's a line with during Mawu where I was talking about his white skin. Like, it's like you didn't do that. It's just gonna turn white people off, and I'm like, it's not about them. All right. Like your reasoning when you're giving your criticism. Give a good reason, not like it doesn't feel right or it sound like you got. Feelings aren't a thing. Like you need like has to be like, yo, hey, this makes the sentence draw on too long, and I think it slows down the pacing. What do you think about yada yada yada? Boom, that person says it, then they reply, then it's a collab. Like, okay, yo, that's fire. Like they do it in the booth. So what's the problem? They do it in the booth. Yeah. No, don't do that. Do this. Yeah, they do it in the booth. What's the problem? It's supposed to be the best. You want what's out best. You don't want people reading it and be like, oh, well, I would have said this. You want them to be like, it's the best. It's supposed to be the best version. So I don't got that. I don't think I haven't had that as an issue before. My biggest critical people are people that like tearing me down. So like, I'm like, here we go. Prepare your emotions. Here you go, guys. What do y'all think? They're like, oh, this is good. This is bad. Redo that. And I'll be like, why? They're like this. If it's something that fits, change it. If it's like something like why people are gonna get turned off, well, why people will get turned off. So let's keep going.
I don't know.
And I was angry because I think I said some things you wanted to say.
No. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm here. If Charles just gonna say everything I'm trying to say, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what you want me to do? I mean, I'll just try to piggyback, off of what he said, because there's a yes. No, taking everything he just said, I'm gonna absorb all that based off of what he was trying to say. I appreciate whoever did that, but. It's a balance, you know. At the end of the day, it's a balance of, because my whole slogan is putting story first. Okay, this is not no feeling or like, hey, look, like I don't even care if it's a white main character. Okay, if it fits the story, it is what it is. I'm gonna always put story first. So taking that law and applying it to everything else. Okay, so why did you put that line in there? Well, because I wanted to do this. Okay, well, either we can change it and modify it because it's not going towards the story, or we just going to have to take it out and completely. Like, we need clear reasons to kind of have some type of, I ain't going to say particular formula because you still want to leave room for creativity, but to have some type of like, clear things where we can kind of go by, you know what I'm saying, to kind of make sure we steer in the right path, but also, again, this is what I mean by balance. To have, because you don't want to like not take risk, you know what I mean? When you're doing things, he's back at it.
My bad, y'all.
No, you good, bro.
You good, bro.
So you said balance.
Yeah, you want to have balance when it comes to like say editing. Again, you don't want to not take risk, but also you do want to also cater to the story. And Because what a lot of people do is like, let's say, George Lucas, when he did the prequels and stuff like that, people keep saying yes to him, yes and that, yes to him. Where it's just like, bruh, like you was taking risks, but you kind of went off, this, that, and the third. You gotta again have
too
those
much
people on the
George.
team. Yeah, it's too much, and you gotta have some type of friction so to make sure it's the best of what they can produce. Because also you don't want to have too many people as well, where it's like everybody's trying to go to this direction, this direction, where it's like, okay, now
man.
it's kind of like,
oh, Herschel.
Yeah.
Hey,
What up? What up?
Shit.
what up?
My bad. Keep cooking, buddy. I'll keep
Hands
cooking.
up.
Shout out to Big Hirsch.
Yeah, depending on how complex the idea is, because say the more people you have, the more of the message kind of gets diluted, unless everybody's kind of like on the same page
On the
and stuff
same
like that. Yeah, so say you're writing a story that's all about a revenge tale and stuff like that, and then again 6-7 other people are, they have different opinions, and where those opinions can like really tear out the whole entire team. Or you can have 7 people that have their own vision of revenge. You know what I'm saying? So it can work both ways. So it's not just one. It's not just one.
That's hard.
One thing, and you have to kind of like keep aware of all that stuff. That's why I say you gotta have rules. And the number one rule, and for my company, is story got to come first. What is that going to do for the story?
Yeah,
I like that.
That's it.
I like that.
And to piggyback on I Could Be Jesus, how y'all know I'm
Yeah, well, there you go.
Jesus
Big
ain't no
Hirsch.
black comic lord, bro.
Big Hirsch. Big Hirsch. Big Hirsch. Shout out to Big Hirsch.
To piggyback
dialogue
on what
gave it
else
away.
said, I actually my first short film, The Fatherhood Tale, one of the big backers on it, when I done the film, and she read the script, and everyone, and this is the really interesting part. So everyone got on board because of the script, right? And she's like, I was thinking. I'm like, here we go. You don't read the script already. Now you're thinking. All right, let's hear. She said she felt like the guy at the end should get like therapy, right? Because the Fatherhood Tale is about a father trying to reconnect with his daughter, and then his wife has to go somewhere like on a seminar or something, so he's left with her. And he's left with her, but he hasn't like connected with her for a while. And one of the twists at the end is like this thing happened to him when he was a kid that he's kind of dealing with, but he's been planning the murder of this guy. So at the end, the guy gets murdered. So she was saying that the guy should go to therapy after. I'm like, no, you don't know who murdered the guy. The whole point is supposed to be a mystery. Like, why would he go? You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
But she was thinking because of the emotion and how heavy it is, that it would be important to spread a message of mental health and all that. I'm like, that's great for another movie.
Right.
That's great for another movie. And I did, and I it's straight. Like, it just doesn't fit for him. Like, it's not supposed to be a kumbaya moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. Oh, everything's good. I'm in therapy now. So it's exactly. But she just needed to chime in with some. What happened?
And no, not to cut your wisdom.
No, you're good.
It takes a lot to stand up to say no. That's not the direction we're going in.
Because it's for the story. People, the story's first. Yeah. Once you're standing on that, when people say stuff that have to do with the story, then that stuff you think on. But when it's just I want to add stuff, you can tell. That it's very easy to tell, like, I want to add stuff. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people would have been tempted by saying, you know what, I'll compromise on this one in order to get what I want on the next one.
And that's the short film thing. And Dion will say this too. When we have a scene where the girls taking a bath. It's supposed to be like a 3 or 4 year old girl. They're like, oh man, that's gonna be tough. We should change it to a boy. I'm like, you want to change my whole story about a father connecting to his daughter to a boy because of a shower scene? Will you put that girl in a one piece? What's wrong with you? Like, compromise to make the story work. Don't compromise the story to make the scene work. What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the story comes first, and that's what Vanel's saying. That's what's been lost. Everyone's compromised. Oh, I want this guy to look like this. Oh, but this will be hard for production of the hero. oh, how will people recognize him? Compromise that for the story. Don't compromise the story so you get that. So
that takes stones.
So,
Everybody don't got them stones, bro.
they shouldn't be creating.
quick
They
fact.
should be learning how to create. That's what
That's
they need to be doing.
For real. I mean, like, to be real, bro, I'd rather Charles say what he just said to get better film than get these whatever we get now.
Yeah. You call him out. Vonell, no more mercy, bro.
No more
We're calling
mercy.
it as we see it.
That's why you on this channel, Vonell. That's why you on this channel. That's why you on this channel.
No one else is saying it.
Hey,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, fun fact, Mario, the reason why he wears a cap is because they couldn't make hair back in the day. Just like you said.
Iconic.
That's funny.
Can you imagine him without it now?
Nope.
No, sir.
No.
Iconic. So when it I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to make this really quick. Has everybody seen I Am Legend? And I think I was going to make a video about this, but I didn't release it. So I Am Legend has a very, very funny story because it was based off of a book. Do y'all know that?
I didn't know that. Yep.
I haven't read the book, but I do know it's based off a book from many.
And then it was a movie with Charlton Heston, the Omega Man.
So it was based off of a book, and let me try to get through this so y'all can completely understand. So you have Will Smith. He's a scientist, and he get visited by a young lady and his her son. And next thing you know, he found a cure and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, he had to sacrifice himself so they could get away. And he basically exploded everything with all the zombies in there, right? So how the book went all the way until it went basically like the movie did, but all the way until when the lady got there, it wasn't a lady and her son, it was just the lady, right? And it turns out in the book, again, he's remember Will Smith, he's experimenting on these different people to try to find a cure and stuff like that. And again, he's a scientist like he is in the movie. So then next thing you know, again, this is spoiler territory. It wasn't a lady and her son, it was just a lady, right? And then now you have the lady is actually one of the vampires.
In the book.
Damn. But she looks like a human because there's two different types. There's one type where you died by the virus, but you came back to life and you look gruesome. There's another people is the second one where you just look human, but you also, you look a little bit like but you can also just pose as a human, right?
Okay, but they established that earlier in the book, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they established that earlier in the
book. That would
have
pissed me off.
Well, no. You know what? No. I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
That would have pissed me off. That would have pissed me off. You can't throw shit like that.
No, I'm gonna explain it to you. So because that's the thing. You did this is what I'm about to say, because you didn't want to, you trust me, you didn't want to hear it. When Will Smith found out, so now she's like, hey, look, where we have established a colony where it's people like me that didn't die, but you know what I'm saying, we're actually intelligent and stuff like that. We have medicines and stuff like that, and we'll take you in, right? So then of course he gets trapped, everybody surrounding him, but it's like, okay, look, I can't let and then Will Smith is like confused, like, yo, I thought you was gonna let me in. Like, no, we're gonna have to kill you because you've been killing our people for the past like 2 years. So now
they protect the lesser ones.
No, like as in they're intelligent.
Yeah.
And Will Smith knew he knew that they had some type of intelligence, but he didn't know how intelligent they was.
Okay.
So again, he been hunting them down, again experimenting on them, but he could not find a cure. So apparently, again, I'll finish the story, and then trust me, everything's gonna make sense. Trust me. And this is it has one of the biggest plot twists I've ever heard. So, and it's all about story. I'm gonna get to that point. So when the lady said like, hey, look, you've been killing us and stuff like that. So, but since I got to know you, I feel sorry for you. So here, take this suicide pill, and we'll just have the end of it, right? Instead of them trying to torture you and kill you like that way, right? So he takes the pill, and of course he dies. But as he dies, he realizes that after all the experimenting, trying to find a cure and this and that, he learned that, of course, this was evolution. This wasn't a virus, just a virus. It was an evolution of this is just how the world is right now. And he couldn't accept that. So he died saying that, hey, look, from the tales of vampires being our legend and stuff like that, he's going to be their legend.
Their legend.
Yeah. So, like, they completely took that out of the movie because it makes complete sense because, again, just imagine this guy's going around and you're hearing about it in your home. He's going out there killing folks, taking them and experimenting on them and stuff like that. Yeah. So the whole plot twist was that, again, he couldn't accept the new world. And again, now he's a demon, basically.
He was the bad guy.
About to say he became the monster.
He became the monster. So that's why that's where you got it from. I Am Legend.
That's fire.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
They would have had to redo the way the film was done,
bro. But the reason they didn't do that,
but that becomes a horror movie at that point,
bro. I'm trying to tell you, and the studios didn't do that because they were trying to play it safe. If they would have just stuck with the story first, again, story comes first, it would have been fire. It would have went down as a legend. Yeah. But now to try to get that quick cash, that cash grab, many people forgot that film. But I bet you what, that would have been a top, you know what I'm saying, a top film if they would have went a different way.
Film. That's a fire concept.
Because they kind of teased, they kind of teased a little bit of him becoming the legend in that movie, but they didn't go full on with that plot twist.
They didn't. And it's insane, bro. That story is just gone. Nobody knows about that story like that. And we could have got stuff like that. That happens in so many different movies. Yeah, and
book adaptations most of the time are a little bit better than movies.
Yeah. And the writer knows what he's doing, man. Or she, of course.
Yeah.
And man, it's so many, again, stuff like that we're missing out on. And that's my whole movement. That's all I want. That's all I care about. Putting the story first, making the best of what we got. I'd rather make a legend versus making another quick dollar. The money's gonna come. Money always gonna come. You know what I mean? And
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I go on all day, but yeah, that's what I got.
So on y'all on East Coast time, right? It's about to be 10:30 where y'all at.
Yeah, it's 10:30.
All right, we can kind of wrap it up here. On the way out, the question that I'll ask to both of y'all here is, I mean, let's just say dream scenario, you wake up tomorrow and you got some offer sheets on your table here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much creative control would you be willing to give up in exchange for adaptation of one of your works?
Depends on who's grabbing it.
Sure. I recommend I get some guarantees if I was one of y'all.
It definitely depends on the work.
Depends on the work?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So Delta Dogs gets an offer sheet from Amazon Prime tomorrow.
Ooh,
right?
Okay.
That's a good place too.
Taking into consideration Invincible is on Amazon Prime. We got The Boys, we got Gen V. Would you trust that your IP would get enough spotlight on Amazon Prime, given that there's already 3 superhero properties that are on there?
I think no question, to be honest, because the thing is, it's different. Where as long as it's the right curator, as long as they do the story right, they'll be fine. Because the thing is, who really knew about The Boys like that? You know what I'm saying? It's comic book people, but that's not that's not 100% of people watching it. No, it's people checked it out. That gent was fire, and that was it.
That was it.
You know what I mean? And now people starting to read the comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's backwards. That's
actually a great fit because they're on the top right now. You want to be attached to that.
Okay.
So that'll be easy work. But again, as far as the creative work, like, hey, look, you go ahead and do what you want to do with it. That's gonna take somebody like Ryan Coogler, like again, actual good people on the joint to actually do it right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Charles. Same question to you, bro. You know what I mean? HBO Max. HBO Max says we want 8 episodes. We want to do 8 episodes of O Kingdom Come
Oh dear
on
God.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Well,
Throw him
I
a
feel
curveball
like
and say Disney Plus. Not playing.
stop it. I feel like I could probably get away with some stipulations. I probably, since Kugler's taken, I'll probably go with Shaka King. They would take Shaka King out of the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, where's Shaka?
Y'all
They put Shaka.
y'all
They
locked
put
up
him on
Shaka
ice.
King after Black Messiah. Bring
Yeah,
out
they
Shaka
put him
King.
on ice. They put him on
talk
ice.
about his ancestors for a bit. Yeah, I would probably be like, yeah, I'd like Shaka King to oversee. I'm not trying to get Brad Pitt casted as Hadaya. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to get Timothy Chalamet casted as Bolsoon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to keep the Nubians Nubian. Yeah, I probably Shaka King. But HBO would probably be my ideal place too. The prestige of HBO. But
I don't know. Some of that color is rusted off a little bit.
Just a little bit with Last of Us, right?
Realistically, I think because the guy that made HBO what it is, when he left, that was when I was like, okay, things could get worse.
Well,
when he left,
it was. I mean, if we're talking about their premiere content, it was HBO. It was not going too far back. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Last of Us. Mm-hmm. So even House of the Dragon still hit. Game of Thrones, for the most part, if it didn't finish off as a 9.8, it's still in the 9s.
Yep.
So and Last of Us, for the most part, people like it,
mm-hmm.
and I like Last of Us. I just don't like the Walking Dead comparison. That should piss me off.
I agree. I agree. We're gonna get to that.
Last of Us is good, but we're talking like let's leave Walking Dead out of it.
We're gonna talk about that in December, bro. I got rounds in the chamber for the end of the year on that.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I would be open to with Shaka King. I feel like a good creator would do what the Game of Thrones people did and keep George Miller and George
Martin.
In the loop. They want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's some stuff that's supposed to happen that they don't know. Then they don't want to freeball it for the most part. They want to know what's going to happen. So a good creator will reach out. Shaka King. I trust Shaka King.
So going off of what I'm gathering is that y'all would give up a little bit. Y'all would give up a little bit of creative control, a little bit,
for sure. Just because the story isn't done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my story is actually it's already done, but to kind of give it, to kind of put their little magic to it as well, to kind of get a little bit something new, or maybe some things that can be improved on.
Yeah.
Because I know I wasn't perfect when I first started
doing
my books and stuff like that. So I would give it that creative, some creative freedom. They just kind of at least keep me in the loop so I can give some notes like, hey, look, that character was meant for this rather than what you're trying to do it at. But you tell me why, and if it makes sense to me, then hey, have at it. That's really as far as I go.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah.
On that note, on the way out, Vonell, what we got to promote, brother?
Man, I'm still selling these volume books, man. 1 through 4 with Delta Dogs get you caught completely up with Delta Dogs, and I'm thinking really hard on doing a Kickstarter for a new series. People keep asking me what else is in the works, and then I'm also thinking about doing another series with an artist that's been wanting to create with me, and I'm even thinking about. There's a lot of stuff. I'm feel like I'm about to start putting my head because I'm missing the writing side. I've been doing business, but I'm missing the writing side of things. I'm about to get back into that, and I might be trying to pitch an idea to try to work with more companies like Concrete Comics or Avid Comics and stuff like that. So I might pitch something to them and try to do some more collab stuff and like that to get more stories out, man. Yeah, to get us more together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got to put your stuff in Gulf Coast.
That's the secret.
Got you.
Down here in Houston.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, yep.
Gulf Coast, right. Cosmos.
Is there anywhere currently online where we can get your books, brother?
millennialcomic.com.
Millennialcomic.com.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
I
We're gonna
got the
put that.
digital. I'm liking it.
Yeah, when
I
when
appreciate that.
when Donovan goes in and chops the footage, we'll have him plug that in there. Charles, what we got to
Word.
promote, brother?
Same. Got finished Kingdom Come book 1, finishing book 2. Probably
The
release
book.
it summer next year. Get the
Uh-oh.
book. And then I'm gonna be collabing too. I want to collab. I just finished that script so to get the cobwebs off. So I'm gonna be hunting down Vonell and other writers and be like, hey, I want your pen on this. So
I
I want
dig
to.
it. I dig it.
I've satisfied my solo itch. So I want to collab. I'm collabing. All next year is gonna be collaborations.
That's what's up, man. On that note, big shout outs to the director, Dion Donovan, Cos Famous the Musical.
Go get
My
it.
good
Oh,
brother,
yeah.
he out there on the set working right now. Shout outs to Orion Online, doing his thing on the road. Money Making Majin, Big Troy in the chat. My boy D Smith, shout outs to you, brother.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? On that note, hey, listen, man,
That's
we got to do this again. Yeah, and
Great.
we
I
got to
like
check. We got to, we got to put that support
LB.
out there too, man. Listen, the Delta, we need merch. We need the Delta Dogs merch, brother.
The
You know what I'm
jackets.
saying?
Bro, that shit's hard. Yeah.
Bro, hey, suggesting. Since Marvel again taking our shit, hip hop albums. Do some shirts based off
Bro,
hip hop albums.
I don't know if
Straight
you've
out
done
of
this
Compton,
yet.
Fuji. Guys, come on, help me.
Shit, all eyes on
Wu-Tang
me.
I
Clan.
All
haven't
of
done
that.
this yet.
Bro,
Halloween.
I'm already ahead. It's already in the book, bro.
I don't know if there's,
It's
all
already,
right.
I don't know
going
if there's
in
a
there.
concept yet, but the Delta Dog jackets with the Jabberwocky
Yes,
mask.
yes.
I don't know if that's been done yet.
Wait, hold on now.
Leatherman's jacket. Are they
we cooking.
Leatherman's?
Cut
Or
off
are
the
they
lie.
sports jackets?
The Delta Dogs jacket. I don't know how we're gonna
Yeah.
reach out to them. I know they're expensive. The Jabberwocky's mask.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Are they
And-
Leatherman's
Are
jackets
you
or
picking up
sports
what I'm putting
jackets they're
down?
wearing?
Word.
Man, look, I'm waiting for them to cut the live stream off so we
We
can.
about to.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
hey, come on, bro.
My bad.
No.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
No.
And
I gotta
Charles,
ask this on the podcast. Are they
he
Leatherman
ain't giving
sports?
he ain't giving that up, bro. He ain't giving
What they
he ain't
wear? Come
giving
on,
that
bro.
up. He ain't giving that
All
up,
right,
bro.
all right. Cut it.
And listen,
Don't
and
worry.
Charles,
We're gonna have to wait on the club. We're gonna make some shit.
Charles, bro, like that
I
picture
know.
you got on
I
your
don't know.
back
I gotta
wall,
turn it
bro.
off.
All right. Hey, stream is out. We out of here.
All right, yeah.
All right.